What's up, brother?
We had a blockbuster day yesterday in the National Basketball Association. We had stars being moved. We had role players being moved. We had cap space being moved. We had a lot of rumors, a lot of reports, a lot of news, but there were a few trades yesterday that became true. Some contenders got worse. Some contenders got better. Some contenders are paving the way for something massive that might be on the way. You know, hey, it might be a 7-foot Greek god that could be on the move somewhere. You never know. There's rumors that certain players could get bought out. Debo might be leaving. However, we got a lot to talk about, y'all. Also, Kawhi Leonard was named to the All-Star team. We got to talk about what that means in the whole scheme of U.S. versus world. Speaking of which, the rosters were revealed. The court that they're playing on was revealed. The jerseys that they're playing in was revealed. We'll get into all of that good stuff too. And last, but certainly not least, we got to talk about the players of the month, rookies of the month, defensive players of the month, coaches of the month. It is a lot going on in the National Basketball Association. On top of that, tomorrow, in just 24 hours, the trade deadline will end. So we are going to project what could possibly happen, what fireworks could set off in the next 24 hours and some change. Fellas, let's get into it. Chill, Mars, Ox, Damien, what's going on? We are going to start with the most polarizing trade of the last 24 hours. James Harden is now a Cleveland Cavalier, and Darius Garland, along with a second-round pick, was sent back to the Los Angeles Clippers. Fellas, let's get into it.
Ron, you brought up something really interesting, and I want to get to this right now. So, Ron, you talked about the Minnesota Timberwolves opening up space for the Greek god. So, Ron, when you hear that Giannis and Ant are not a fit, how long before you cutting mics?
Sure, we might end the show. We might just end the show.
I'm telling you, Ron.
Oh, man. Giannis and Ant can't coexist.
Ron,
Are you listening? How long are you listening to that, Ron? How long are you listening to that?
Hey, as soon as I hear Giannis and Ant can't,
That's
That
it.
was, Ron, that was the first thing I thought when I seen it. I'm like, yo, I guarantee you, somebody's gonna come up here and try to convince us that won't work out. There's some way, somehow. They just
Ron making it clear I'm cutting mics. I'm not listening to that.
they can't distribute it enough.
Yeah, someone's
The
gonna
space
say
is
that
gonna
for
be
sure, yeah.
thrown off.
So I'm up here to make a declaration today, fellas, because
What's
over the last 3 years, almost 4 years now, I've been an advocate of who? Who have I been an advocate? What group have I been an advocate of?
oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cavs.
Every year I've told you where I thought that they were going to be. And this season, if you remember, Ox, before the season started, where did I have the Cavs?
You got them winning the East, right?
I got them winning the NBA championship. Is that correct?
You got winning the championship.
I had them winning the NBA championship. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So now they made
that
this
was
trade.
last year, right?
Nope.
You got
it was
them
this, last year I had them going to the East Finals.
This season.
Going into this season, I had them
Oh, you
winning
had them
NBA
in the
championship.
Mavericks.
No, I had them in
Oh.
Denver. I had the Mavericks.
Oh,
I had the Mavs
Okay.
in Denver in the West Finals. I had them in Denver in the NBA championship. Well, I'm
Okay.
declaring today, guys, that I'm out. OUT. I'm out.
Ooh.
I'm
Sure, they
good.
just upgraded their roster. What you mean you out?
I'm out. And the reason why I'm out, one reason and one reason only. Not because they actually acquired the better player. Not because they acquired the better fit. Not because they acquired the better bucket getter. Not because he actually does do very well with guys playing off the basketball. Because a lot of people forget, Donovan Mitchell played off the basketball with Mike Conley for a bunch of years in Utah. So it's not like he can't play off the ball. He played off the ball with Mike Conley for a bunch of years. But what you're not going to do, you are not going to introduce me to a chick that I already know. You're not going to do that with me. It's not happening. And I've seen this movie time and time again. Ox, no matter how many times I rewind the tape, Bishop still gets thrown off that roof. I can rewind it a bunch of different times. Q still drops him off the roof. I want him to pull him up. In the end, he still drops him off the roof. I don't know how many times I rewinded the tape. Jordan still stole the ball from Malone. I'm screaming at him. Yo, he's behind you. Nope, he still stole it from him. No matter how many times I watch that, no matter how many times I've seen it, I know what it's going to be in the end. and I know what this is going to be in the end. And you're
So
not going to.
wait. What exactly is it gonna be? Because I don't know what you're getting at. Me and Mars are confused right now. What exactly is this gonna be?
Don't put my name into this.
It's going to be.
Me and Mars, we are in complete oblivion.
It's going to be what it's always been with James Harden.
What's
I got the better player. I got the better distributor. I got the better ball handler. I got the better bucket getter. It fits. In the end, it's going to go wrong. It is going to, no matter what happens, this is going to go wrong. And I've seen it too many times, and I've seen him on too many good teams for me to think otherwise. So I'm saying to you today, Ox, in February of 2026, I'm out. I love Evan Mobley. That's my guy. Love Donovan Mitchell. That's my guy. I'm good, Joe.
Chill. Now I understand I understand where you're coming from. Because every time I watch Titanic, she does not let that man up on that doorway, even though they both could have fit on that wood.
He still freezes to death.
They both could have fit, and she
could have
still
pulled
don't
him
let him up there. Then she could think, Jack, girl, you could have let him up there with you. But chill. The point is,
that was me.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But chill. The point is, Darius Garland hasn't necessarily been healthy. James Harden is healthy. James Harden's pretty resilient dude. You know what I'm saying? He usually plays. But on top of that, chill, don't you think that James Harden is gonna open up Jared Allen's game, open up Evan Mobley's game? Don't you think he's gonna help facilitate that offense and really get Donovan Mitchell off? He can get off the ball a little bit. I think this was a hell of a move for Cleveland.
It's going to look fantastic, Ox. I mean, the lob. I was literally thinking about this morning. If you look back, with the exception of what went on in Oklahoma City, has James Harden played with a more talented group than what he's with right now?
Played with KD and Kyrie on the same team.
Okay, he did play with KD and Kyrie on the same team. He didn't play with Kyrie as much. He didn't play with Kyrie.
Yeah, but they were on the same team. Yeah, they were on the same team.
But
he hasn't played it with Donovan Mitchell.
And he's about to. So with
play with Kyrie.
But he didn't. So
maybe another pandemic's about to happen.
No, which is not. Nope, that happens once in a lifetime. So I got Mobley, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, and I got guys to supplement. Right? I actually got guys to supplement the lack of defense because I got dirty work guys like Porter and Tyson. Right? I got another sharpshooter in Merrill. Right? I got Dean Wade. Right? So I got all of these.
They just got two pieces from Sacramento too.
I got all of these things that are necessary.
Yeah.
All of these things that are necessary. With that all being said, Q still drops Bishop off the roof. He
tried to pull him up, Chill.
He did try to pull him up.
Is it the playoff stuff, Chill?
Which is interesting too, Ox, because everything that you just said about James Harden is a fact. Everything that you just said about James Harden is a fact. The lob threat that Jared Allen is. That's going to be fantastic. The pick and pop, the pick and dive guy that Evan Mobley is playing with playing with James Harden. That's going to look great. Donovan Mitchell can play off the basketball. And I think James Harden is one of the best setup guys in the league in terms of a playmaker, in terms of a distributor. I already know his game is conducive to all of these guys. It works. But I've seen what it looks like when it matters the most.
Hey, I hear you. I mean, I get what you're saying. Trust me, I understand. But I like the move. I'm not sure if I'm saying like that makes Cleveland like my favorites out the East. Obviously, you know, the Celtics did get big Vooch, so you know what I'm saying? Like that was a hell of a move. I don't know how much you want to talk about that, Ron, but that was a hell of a move.
Yeah, we'll get in that.
Yeah, but I do think like just on paper. So if I'm just gonna go off it like that way, just on paper, I think James Harden is gonna make Evan Mobley better.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna be able to really help Jared Allen on the offensive end, put him in easier position. And I mean, I don't think it really helps D Mitch. I don't think D Mitch really needs much help getting his offense off. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the two big guys, I think they're gonna really eat. They're gonna feast off of this. So. And on top of that,
so what if it?
On top of that, I mean, I don't know. I can't.
They're going to reach new regular season heights?
Well, Ron, I don't know. You know, my thing about it is,
Evan Mobley's going to hit his career high. Jared Allen's going to 40 and 17 game in the regular season.
all I can say is what I see, and then whatever happens, happens. Like these dudes are gonna do whatever they're gonna do, right? Like we could just give our, what we think about it. And I think this was a good move for Cleveland, mostly because Darius Garland just hasn't really been healthy. I think Darius Garland's a really good basketball player. I think I'm higher on Darius than a lot of y'all. Like I've been hearing a lot of, like, I don't know, negative talk about Darius Garland. I don't know where that's coming from, but I guess it's mostly because he hasn't been healthy. I'm not sure, but James Harden is healthy. So for those reasons, Ron, I think on paper this is a good move. I don't know what's going to happen in the playoffs, but I'm not going to pretend like I think I know.
Can you tell me what's the difference between Darius Garland being healthy for a game and then unhealthy for another game, and then healthy for one game and then healthy for another game, here for a series, gone for a series? What's the difference between that and James Harden balling this game and playing Houdini this game?
I don't
being
think
James Harden this game and then turning into David Blaine the next game.
Ron,
What's the difference? Hey, when game 6 rolls around and James Harden gives you 9 points on 1 of 8.
Yeah, well, he got a squad though. That's when Donovan Mitchell's kind of like, all right, I'll just shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, move, bro.
That's what he been doing.
Did I just come to Ron hating on James Harden?
No, you came to Ron.
No, he's actually kind of defending him.
It's actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Surprise. The elephant.
For Ron standard, is defending him.
Okay.
Saying that him disappearing isn't that big of a deal because Garland was barely there. That's a defense of Harden for Ron.
Oh, so it's
to your point.
hating.
No, it was Chill that was hating. Chill.
Oh,
Anybody hating?
I knew it was somebody in that top row.
It was basically Chill has now used the James Harden trade to get off the Cleveland to winning the championship agenda.
I'm not using it because I want to stay on this trade.
That's the reason. James Harden being traded to the Cavs is the reason that he no longer has the Cavs winning the championship. Therefore, he's using the James Harden trade to get off the Cleveland agenda.
But it's not an out. But here's the difference.
I never said it was an out. I said that's what you're using it for.
But I'm not. But it's not an out. What you're implying was that I was looking for an out. Like I really don't think that.
No, what I'm implying is that you're off Cleveland because they got James Harden.
No, that's not implying that. That's a fact. I'm.
Yeah. So then why are you telling me about implications?
No, that's why.
All I said was that you're off Cleveland because they got James Harden.
No, what you're making it sound like, Mars, is that I'm.
I misspoke. I'm now telling you what I meant. You're off Cleveland because they got James Harden. There you go.
Yes.
So that's what you missed.
That part is a fact.
Yeah,
and to your point, the Darius Garland, the reason why people are the way that they are with Darius Garland, one, he's getting traded for James Harden, who is a better player, right? Who is a better player, and it does fit. So people have a tendency to look at the other player like he's less than. Even though Darius Garland is really damn good, one of the most efficient guards in the league. I mean, Mars and I have had this conversation about the ball handler that he is. I don't know how many ball handlers in the game are better than him. I think that he's a top 3 ball handler, if I'm being honest with you.
Y'all too low on Darius Garland too. I hear you trying to big up a little bit, but y'all are way too low on Darius Garland. I think the only reason Darius Garland's getting so much negative talk recently is just because of the injuries. You know what I mean? Other than that, when Darius Garland is a baller, bro. I don't.
Yes, he is. 100%. He is.
We haven't seen him translate elite level of play into the playoffs. That's why
I'm not going to fight. I'm not
Would it
going
be
to
because
fight
he
back
was
with y'all about the James Harden is better or who's better thing. I'm not really into that. I don't care. But I don't think that like it's a bad. Like I don't think this was a bad move for both teams. I do feel like James Harden's kind of, you know what I'm saying, like BSing a little bit about, I wanted them to help rebuild. Like they got a 2nd-round draft pick. They didn't get all this draft capital that you were talking about, James Harden. I don't know what you're talking about with the draft capital. But Darius Garland's a hell of a basketball player. So this is good for the future for the Clippers and also really good for the Cavs to try to win right now. So I don't think anybody
There's an elephant in the room that I haven't heard many people discuss, and that is that the Cavs front office is terrified that Donovan Mitchell's not going to sign this extension. And what this does is that you're going to have to push all your chips to the middle of the table. And reports have come out that, that Donovan Mitchell supported this trade and he's excited to play next to James Harden. And the Cavs in the last 72 hours, Harden, Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, they're a better team today. But in saying that, I still don't know if I'm doing this trade if I'm them, man. Harden's 36 years old. Chill, the playoff stuff is real. I think it's phenomenal business by the Clippers, by the way. Because the James Harden timeline's so interesting because after Philly, no one wanted him. The Clippers gave him a timeline. The Clippers gave him a lifeline. Then after another playoff meltdown, they extended him then this season's been so excellent that the market value's never been higher for quite some time. So they sell high. But for the longest time, if you guys said to me that the Clippers would be able to trade a 36-year-old James Harden and get a multi-time All-Star who's a decade younger, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy, and get a pick along the way. It's phenomenal business by the Clippers, man. But I don't. Absolutely. I think the elephant in the room is they're going hard for Donovan Mitchell here, man. They're terrified that this guy's going to leave and not extend with them. So
because they got to start over. Because if they don't, then they're going to have to start over again. Well, again, they still got pieces like Evan Mobley and Jaren Allen, who also I've heard is on the trade block. But they would have to, if they end up losing Donovan Mitchell, that's where they would be again in obscurity. They would have to start over with Mobley because they're moving off. With James Harden being there, James Harden is also looking for an extension, Ron. Don't leave that part out. James Harden, which the Clippers were not willing to pay. The Clippers were not willing to re-up him. I believe the number was $80 million over the next 2 years. Steve Ballmer is not interested in that number. I do think that they have a gentleman's agreement in Cleveland, and he will get extended. So I do understand. They're basically doing what Milwaukee was trying to do with Giannis. Like, we're trying to build this thing, and we're trying to keep this thing going to let you know that we're serious about winning. Yeah, we're trying to do that.
Chill. They're not serious about winning. They are not serious. They're not.
Cleveland, the Cavs,
the Cleveland Cavaliers are not.
How are they not serious about
bringing James Harden in? You're not. Hey, you're joking with yourself.
Okay, you
are lying to yourself. No, you're lying to Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. You're lying to James Harden, giving him all that goddamn money. Hey, all right. Hey, once again, Chill came up here and outlined so beautifully that you know how the movie how the ending to movies go. We all know what's about to happen with Cleveland. Real talk, you're up there nodding your head like you believe in this Cavaliers team like that.
I mean, I didn't believe.
But whoa. But then no. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm gonna let you have it. Just let me finish. All I want to say is you guys are gonna get mad at me for telling the truth about James Harden, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Donovan Mitchell. We've seen all of these guys.
Ron, we've been saying the same thing even when they had Darius Garland. So them trying to upgrade at point guard is not a problem in my opinion. I want to speak to a point.
What avail though? Real talk.
I want to speak.
What avail? You just gave up. You gave up your point guard of the future for a short term.
But this is what I'm saying.
Skeezer. She's a skeezer. She's gonna be here for a week, and then she's gonna be messing up the next man's trailer home.
And the reason why he's saying that real talk is because the reason why he's saying that real talk.
Drink all your alcohol, eat all your food.
We seen her mess up other trailers. We seen her with her fucking panties on, sneaking out of other dudes' trailers at 2:00 in the morning. We seen her skank ass in the bar at 3:00 in the morning on the other side of town. We seen that already. We seen her stink ass.
I'm not saying
her stinking ass.
I'm not saying that James Harden definitely
Breath always smelling like Bud Light.
James Harden definitely has his moments of James Harden definitely has his moments of disappointment in the playoffs. That's fair. Whatever. I want to get back to a point Damian made because it's not only the thought of I couldn't imagine trading Harden for this all-star caliber player who's a decade younger. That works both ways, though. It means Darius Garland at this point was a distressed asset. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting traded for a 36-year-old, that says something about you as well and where your value is in the league. At the end of the day, Darius Garland, a.k.a. Quick D-Lo, has never not once translated into elite play in the playoffs. Y'all keep harping on that about James Harden and then ignoring that when it comes to Darius Garland. Darius Garland has not put together one singular series or playoff run worth telling about in a playoff setting. Why? Because number one, it's either he isn't as good in the playoffs or he's hurt, and he's hurt regularly at 26. On top of that, he's also 6 feet tall, and it's been a backcourt of a 6 foot tall and a 6'1" two guard. So we've been having this conversation about Darius Garland.
But he got
in my opinion, the Cavs upgraded. at point guard. I think James Harden is a better player than Darius Garland. And they're going for it. They're trying to win a championship. How many times did we want them to do the same thing and get the same result? Keep trying to run it back with D-Mitch, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Okay. Oh, yeah, run it back. Second round exit.
Which is fair,
hey,
but
no,
the reason why
I'm talking spitting right now.
No, he's not. And the reason why he's not is because I got a 25-year-old kid who's been in the playoffs 3 times. And in the 3 times that he's been in the playoffs, he's been hurt and he's underperformed at 25. I got since 2009. I got 17 years of history of this guy. I got a guy who's only been in the playoffs 3 times, real talk. And I got guys who at 25 years old, they actually do get better at some point.
You have a guy in James Harden who actually got to a final and played well in a Western Conference final series against an elite defense. Why do we sit here and act like
that was 10 years
James
ago,
Harden but he's the one that went back that far. I'm not the one that went back that far. Why are we sitting here acting like James Harden doesn't have a track record of also performing well in playoff situations? It has a far better track record in the playoffs than Darius Garland. The fact that Chill is up here changing his mind because they've gone from Darius Garland to James Harden, who's a better player, is absolutely absurd to me.
Why though? Real talk. Why?
Zero. Because if you believe,
why are we saying that Garland doesn't have success in the playoffs in his future?
Why wouldn't you believe in the Cavs with a better player?
The reason why I wouldn't believe in the Cavs would have been because the better player, the better player that you just brought up, I've seen him in the playoffs. I've seen Darius Garland, but there's way more room to grow with a 25-year-old than there is with a 36-year-old.
You're having biased optimism. Shout out to Drench Man. That's all this is. Darius Garland has not shown you anything about performing.
But I've only seen a small amount of it, though. Real talk, that's the difference. I have only seen 3 years of Darius Garland. And one of those 3 years, he was hurt in the playoffs. Don't leave that part out. Meanwhile, I've seen countless times, don't get me wrong, James Harden has performed in the playoffs. But how many times have we sat up here, as good as these playoff series have been, as good as these players have been, how many times have we sat up here and said, when is it coming? When is it coming? How many times have we said, not, yo, this series is great, this guy's going to do this guy's going to do that. Instead of talking about how awesome this dude is, instead of talking about how awesome this guy is, we're talking about when is it coming? And on cue, it shows up.
When is it coming?
On cue, it 100% shows up.
Hey, it's coming like taxes.
Everybody up here, every time Cleveland is competitive, we're like, in the regular season, we're like, when's it coming? When is the Darius Garland can't perform in the playoffs coming again?
It's not Darius Garland alone, though.
Real talk. Issue coming again. All of the same thing that you're saying about James Harden can be applied even more so to this Cleveland, the Cavs before he got there. I'm not understanding the reasoning. Sure, you can doubt Harden.
Do we not think that Garland can have a good series in his future?
As a unit.
He can't. No, he can, Damien. He can, Damien. But Chill, you're going against yourself, Chill, because you're the one who's been saying that if the same thing happens this year, you're going to be out on the Cavs. You were on your way out the door already. You were already on your way out the door. And I'm not saying that's just because of Darius Garland. So while I agree, because before you got up here, Real Talk, I'm already saying that I think this was a good move for the Cavs, mostly because Darius Garland is not healthy right now, but also because I think James Harden can help Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. That's where my mindset is. I don't think Donovan Mitchell needs much help, but Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, I think he can help. So those games, Chill, what you're talking about, James Harden will go to sleep or whatever. He might have 8 points, 12 points, whatever. Donovan Mitchell can get buckets. One thing about James Harden is he's always been a good passer, a good facilitator. I think he's still going to help open up Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So to me, it's kind of like you might as well do this right now and see what you could do. Especially to Damien's point, they're afraid that they're going to lose Donovan Mitchell. You have to make a move right now. That's why I think this was a great move to go get James Harden. Even though I'm with you, Ron. I understand. I've seen James Harden fold like laundry. I've seen him fold like hot T-shirts out the dryer. I've seen it. But still, I still think this was a good move. I still think they had to do this. And I think this guy gives them the best shot than keeping Darius Garland, and he can't. His toes don't work. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
they do
like,
not. So
we're just gonna sit around and chill, and wait for Donovan Mitchell to go to, I don't know, Miami or some other team. Like, no, you had to do this. This is a great move from the Cavs. Don't get off the train, Chill. Get your ass back on the train. What are you doing out there?
No, chill.
No. It's raining outside.
It's a better. Hey, chill. It's a million trains. Hey, chill. Hey, chill. You don't gotta go to Miami. You could go to Dallas. You can go to Chicago. You can go to Phoenix. It's plenty of places you can go. Hey, real talk. Where you
Donovan Mitchell?
No, I'm talking about the train to Cleveland. You don't gotta go. You don't gotta go.
You better get on that Boston train, Chill. I'm trying to tell you.
So two things. Number one, to your point, Ox, this was the year that I felt like they could win an NBA championship. The problem that I was having was the physicality with this group. Can that change? And I got a young group. That was the issue. There was some immaturity with this group, and they were growing. Right? Evan Mobley was getting better. He hasn't performed up to what he had in years past, but he had improved. Same thing with Darius Garland. He had improved from years past. The injuries are what hampered him. And I felt like this team was getting better over the years, which they were. Last season, they won 64 games and they're the number 1 seed. Injuries hampered them. So we're coming into this season, and I'm thinking that this is the year that we're going to do it. And if you can't do it this year, considering what the salary cap is, considering what the second apron is, which is another reason why they ended up getting off Darius Garland, and they're trying to shave some money because they're trying to get out of cap hell, because those guys that are in the buyout market and those mid-level exception guys who are awesome, I can't have any of those guys because I'm in the second apron. With that also being said, they were building it, and they were a young group. James Harden, to Real Talk's point, James Harden on the other end, he's an older guy. I've seen the entire movie. I've seen younger guys improve as time has gone on. James Harden, I've seen the whole movie already. I know what this looks like.
You haven't seen the whole movie. In fact, Chill, weren't you just the one up here? See, now my memory is starting to kick in. Weren't you the one just up here encouraging somebody else? I forgot who. But you were like, hey, John Elway went to the Super Bowl 3 times and lost.
He was a loser for 15 years. For 15 years.
He was a loser for 15 years. He was a loser.
Yes, he was.
And then guess what? He got a team, and it finally clicked.
Okay, here's
the difference. It finally clicked. Who knows? James Harden right now is still very much an elite basketball player.
Yes,
it's not like James Harden is in the dog days, which, again, shout out to James Harden, because Damian was right. We did kind of think it was over after the Philly year because of the hamstring. And for him to rejuvenate his career and value the way he has this late into his career and play this well is, number one, golf clap to James Harden. Now, back to you, Chill. He is still an elite basketball player who has some elite tendencies, right? And some elite gameplay and play styles that still are very much effective. He's still one of the best pick and roll ball handlers in the league today. He's still one of the best passers in the league today. He's still one of the best playmakers in the league today. On top of that, now he's ramped back up the scoring volume on decent efficiency. So he's about to be with a team that has 2 good pick and roll bigs for him, not just one. They have shooting as well, and he's still next to an elite scorer in Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs are going to be, in my opinion, this is an upgrade again, and we don't know what's going to happen in this Eastern Conference in which the New York Knickerbockers are the best team. Who knows what's going to happen come playoff time. So you upgrade your team, right? Not only did they upgrade the James Harden role, but I also like what they did acquiring Dennis Schroeder. Now you have a ball handler off the bench, something you've been missing since Ty Jerome has been away. You also got Keon Ellis, a 3-and-D guard/wing who you hoped would be Lonzo Ball, but he can't put ball in basket. So now he has to be benched. Now you have an actual 3-and-D guard/wing that you can play. They upgraded all around at the guard position. And then got a better player for a swap with Darius Garland. They're going for it. I like what they're doing. And let's see what happens. Let's see how it plays out.
In my opinion.
And everything that you said, Real Talk, is legit. But I seen them in Houston. We had all of these things that are necessary to win. We win 65 games. I'm getting busy. What ended up happening? We win 65 games. I get busy. What ends up happening?
They lost to the KD Steph Warriors, Chill.
Okay. But don't make it. Don't make it sound like they just lost. It wasn't like they just lost. We had a collapse in the fourth quarter. Yes, we did.
His second best player wasn't healthy.
Even if his second best player wasn't healthy, let's. But what I want to do is again, real talk. The facts that you're spitting. Can we spit? You couldn't make this combo get nasty. Can we spit more facts? Can we spit more facts? They had a collapse in the fourth quarter. James Harden was there when that collapse happened, right? So now I get Russell Westbrook. When I get Russell Westbrook, I got not one dude on the crew. I got two guys on the crew averaging 25 a game. And we're awesome.
Facts.
We are awesome. Yes.
And who held up their end of the bargain in the playoffs?
We end up running into the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, we do.
Who balled in that series?
James Harden played well. Yes, he did.
Okay, and what was Russell Westbrook doing? The other guy that's averaging 25 plus.
He didn't give you much. Okay, I'm not saying that.
Okay, James Harden played fantastic that
series.
Okay,
yes, he 100% did. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that James Harden doesn't ever show up in the playoffs, real talk. Let's not do that. Let's not say that James Harden, I've never gotten anything from him in the playoffs, because I 100% have gotten him in the playoffs. However, I have seen those games. So like I just said, fast forward, we move to Brooklyn. The same thing happens. He ends up breaking down. He gets injured. Kyrie Irving.
That's not the same thing. That was the first time he's broken down.
Don't forget about that shit in Philly too.
We ain't even get to Philly yet. We're not in Philly yet. No, but he gets to Brooklyn and he breaks down. Why does he break down? Because he didn't take care of himself, and it affected them in the playoffs. If he would have showed up, they would have been better.
Purely speculation and an assumption on your end.
Why would that
you don't know
why. I know exactly what that boy was doing in Brooklyn. I know exactly what he was doing in Brooklyn.
Taking care of himself. We've seen he was clearly not taking care of himself. Because if he was taking care of himself, he would have been in better shape. That's a fact. He would have been in better shape.
The guy that handles the ball all game and plays 35 plus minutes every night and is playing 70 plus games every season isn't in shape.
Why did he break down then? You mean, real talk, are we really sitting up here?
Why did he have the one injury he's had in his career?
Are we really sitting up here talking about, are we really sitting up here discussing James Harden really being in shape? Because yes, he was not in shape when he was in Brooklyn.
How do you know that when he's playing every season?
He had the fat suit on. You remember the fat suit? And then all of a sudden,
if it's a fat suit, what's it going to do with being in shape?
Do we not see Nikola Jokic right now?
Yes, we have seen Nikola Jokic right now. And Nikola Jokic right now, not everybody is built like Giannis. Let's stop that right now. Not everybody is built like
some people are built like Nikola Jokic.
James Harden was not in shape. It was clear that he had broken down. You saw it in the playoffs. You saw what ended up happening to him in the playoffs. And my point, if I get a better performance out of James Harden when we play against the Milwaukee Bucks, we can beat them. Kevin Durant does not have to go for 55. Kevin Durant does not have to go for 49. That doesn't have to happen. So now let's move.
Kyrie got hurt.
Okay.
In that series.
Once again.
Kyrie wasn't in shape.
Yeah,
that
was a contact injury. That was a contact. Yeah.
So like
I'm saying, Aaron Gordon is not in shape. You see them hamstring injuries he's dealing with.
When we moved to Philly, because he didn't want to be in Brooklyn in the first place. He got talked into going there. He didn't want to be in Brooklyn in the first place.
And then one of the guys that he got talked into playing with in Brooklyn didn't play. He decided that he wasn't going. Once in a century pandemic happened, and he decided he wasn't getting the jab. Chill. So guess what? If I'm supposed to come over here and play with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and now I've gotten over here, and number one, Kyrie goes down in the playoffs, and then the next season he doesn't want to get the shot so he can play the game.
He got talked into playing with them dudes.
He didn't want to play the game
because he ends up in Philadelphia, which is where he wanted to be in the first place. That's where he wanted to be. He didn't want to be in Brooklyn. He got talked into going to Brooklyn, but he ends up in Brooklyn, fine, and it doesn't work because of injuries, because of the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. So now he moves to Philadelphia, playing with arguably the best player in the league. Now you, real talk, are the epitome of talking about the best player in the league delivering, and not only the best player in the league delivering, but the other guy running with him delivering also. You have said that to me countless times. You stay on Joker. You stay on Joker.
Am I living?
No, don't do that. What else did he do? What else did he do? No,
Again,
talk about the
who
peaks,
held
but
up
also
their
let's talk
end of
about the
bargain?
valleys.
Wait.
We could talk about the highs, but let's talk about the lows.
Ron, stop. Because let me ask you this question in all seriousness. Yes, Harden has some pitiful performances in that series. I can agree on that. However,
what this is about.
Can you think about a playoff series in which you're playing on a team and your second best player won you 2 games? The second best player won you 2 games.
And he lost you 4. Who cares about the 2 games?
He did not lose Philadelphia 4 games. That's a lot.
Real talk. Game 5, game 6 in your building. Are they supposed to win that game?
Did you see those fourth quarters, real talk?
When they're up, by the way, they're up in the series. We're up 3-2 in the series. We win game 6. Series is over. We're done. Goodbye, Boston. Take care.
Why were you up 3-2, Chill?
Why were you? Did you just say why were you?
Why was Philly up 3-2?
And once again, real talk. I am not talking about James Harden.
What does that matter?
Wait, stay right there, Ron. Stay right there, Ron.
What is that?
Stay right there, Ron. Stay right there, Ron. The reason why that's important to mention is because what did we just get finished talking about? James Harden. What's coming? We already know it. Nobody said that James Harden doesn't play in the playoffs.
I'm not gonna lie.
On call.
This is absolutely disgusting.
Here it is.
Because basically,
it shows up.
What you're doing is you're saying, I'm going to dismiss any positive or great performance he has early on. Because all I'm going to say is, I'm just waiting on the time that he has a bad game.
And it's coming. The reason why that's fair.
He's going to skip over
the reason why I'm not skipping over that.
Actually, win them 2
real
games
talk.
in the playoffs.
Real talk.
That's his job. That's his job. His job is to get them up 3-2 and then win the 4th game.
The reason why I'm not skipping over that is because that is very important. But when it matters the most, which is what we're talking about here with him, when those games that I talk about, those games are coming, when it matters the most on cue, it happens. It happens. So now, what happened in Philadelphia?
Harden has struggled in the playoffs, yes. It's not a controversial take.
That's my issue with what's going on right now. You never once heard me say anything about James Harden's game. You never once heard me say anything about the fit with him in Cleveland. You never once heard me say about how much better of a player he is. You never once heard me say he wasn't a better player than Darius Garland. He is a better player than Darius Garland. It is a better fit. But
I'm so glad you just said that young man's name again. I forgot. Yeah, we keep talking about playoffs in comparison to Darius Quick D-Lo Garland. Stop talking about James Harden's playoff failures in comparison to Darius Garland. He clears Darius in a playoff setting. So there's no need of oh my God, have you seen James Harden not produce in the playoffs? He's replacing Darius Garland. He's always been better than Darius Garland.
Mm-hmm. As a better player, 100%. I'm not arguing that point. But he's struggled in the playoffs. He's choked in the playoffs.
Who plays better in the playoffs?
Do we not think Darius Garland can ever have a good series in the playoffs?
No, we don't, because it's the same thing. Even though he's 10 years younger.
Anyone said ever. That's not what anyone said. What has been said is
with
that
the body of work.
Real talk's implying that because he's replacing Darius Garland, who has struggled in the playoffs, means that this is a non-conversation. But that means we're accepting that Darius Garland can never be good in the playoffs.
That's what we're accepting with James Harden.
That's not what I said at all.
No, okay. First of all, no, we're not accepting that with James Harden. Because James Harden we're not doing that. James Harden has been good in the playoffs, but there comes a point.
But then it's not a conversation.
There comes a point when it all falls apart with James Harden. That time comes, despite him being good in a playoff.
It's never put together for Darius Garland.
Okay, we haven't seen it. Darius Garland does not have the body of work that James Harden has. We have 3 years. We have 3 years of evidence from Darius Garland. That's it. We have 17 years of James Harden being in the NBA. What do you mean whose fault that is? I'm just younger.
Are we going all the way back to like rookie James Harden to prove?
No, we're not going back to rookie James Harden. What we are
then it's not 17 years, then is it?
But what we've seen him in the playoffs for 17 years.
That's what we've seen him play well, have we not?
That's the point, Mars. We have seen him play well. I'm not saying that he has not
seen him play badly, right?
Yes, we have seen him play badly.
So
and we've seen him.
Yeah, so that's what happens when you play for a long time. You have good series, you have bad series.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And the bads, and you know what doesn't work, Mars? As you get older, it gets worse. That's the problem.
He's worse than he was 10 years ago, but he's still better than James Harden.
With Darius
James Harden is worse than he was 7 years ago. That player is still better than Darius Garland.
He is still better than Darius Garland, but
James Harden was in the playoffs last year and played better than Darius Garland did.
But he is still susceptible to what we've seen in the past from him because we've seen it so many more times.
James Harden was in the NBA this season and has played better.
I think the argument is Darius Garland's best basketball.
No, the point that the stance that Mars has, the stance.
Who cares? We're talking about winning the championship this year.
This is
the thing. The goalpost can move to Darius Garland has so many years ahead of him. Chill was talking about he's off the Cavs winning the championship this year. Darius Garland having 8 more years after this is irrelevant to that conversation.
Sure, that's
the only thing that matters is how good they are today and what they can provide today. So Darius Garland, when he's 31, having a really good playoff run and winning a championship is not proof of what they would have done today. So if we're talking about right now, who is better today? James Harden. Who was better in the playoffs the last time we saw both of them? James Harden. Who's been better in the playoffs historically? James Harden. So when it comes to their championship odds this year, what should mean the most? It's the most recent history, right? And what does that say? James Harden is better for this team. But guess what? Chill had them winning a championship 48 hours ago. He now has them not winning a championship. And the only major change, in fact, they've even got better outside of James Harden.
Exactly.
They added Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis, and that still meant nothing because they added James Harden, who the recent history will say is going to be more impactful towards their pursuit of a championship than Darius Garland. If that's not blatant bias against James Harden, I don't know what is. That's why I've been quiet the whole time, because it's the most obvious bias we've ever heard. It's cool. Like James Harden has set himself, he's put himself in a hole for Chilltown, and Chill has decided that no matter what, James Harden is ex-player. And that's cool. He has all the history to back it up. We're going to blame him for 2018 and say there was a collapse in the fourth quarter, even though they only lost by 2 points, and James Harden scored 16 points in the second half, and no one in his team scored more than double digits, but it was James Harden's fault that no one could buy a 3, and they weren't calling fouls on the 3s, even though he made 2 and 1 threes in that game, and they both got waved off. We have to ignore that because it's James Harden. Chris Paul hurt his hamstring. We're not going to say Chris Paul was out of shape. That's Chris Paul. How dare we? No, that was just Chris Paul got hurt against the best team of all time. James Harden's got to find a way to get it done. Then next year in 2019, when James Harden's averaging 36 points per game, and he actually outperforms everyone in that Golden State series, averaging 35 points per game. Guess what? It was James Harden who folded when Steph Curry had 0 points in the first half.
Hell no, we're not doing this.
And 33 in the second half.
Hell no, I can't believe y'all sitting there listening to this.
James Harden was the best player in that series. It was James Harden's fault. Because as long as Steph Curry has a great second half, that means he was the best player in that series, even though go look at it. Go look at what Steph Curry was doing those first 3 games. Kevin Durant backpacking that man. Who can backpack James Harden? I ain't seen not one man backpack James Harden in the playoffs and him actually be able to win by doing nothing. I haven't seen that happen. Please, Steph Curry, congratulations to you for having Kevin Durant to just put you on his back for the first 3 games when you're doing absolutely nothing in the series. And then you get to show up for one half of game 6 and then get told you outplayed James Harden, who scored 35 damn near every single game in that series. It's actually crazy. The way that game 6 is remembered as the Steph Curry game, when James Harden was better in that game, is insane revisionist history. But it's cool. We expected James Harden to beat that team because KD wasn't there. Even though that was a Chris Paul who was a shell of himself, James Harden was playing better than everyone in the series, but it's just James Harden. He meant to figure it out. That's what's meant to happen. He just meant to figure it out. 2020, they go into the bubble. Russell Westbrook is hurt. But guess whose fault is that they lost? James Harden once again. It's James Harden's fault. Who cares, right? It's James Harden. 21, he goes to Brooklyn. Apparently, he's the only person who a hamstring injury means they're out of shape. Aaron Gordon ain't out of shape. Jalen Green ain't out of shape. Chris Paul in 2018 weren't out of shape. James Harden, the guy who's never missed a game in his career. The only superstar alongside LeBron James and before this year, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum and LeBron James are the only superstars before this year. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. Obviously, we're not going to say he was out of shape. So James Harden, LeBron James, Jason Tatum. They're the only modern-day superstars you could rely on year in, year out to play 70-plus games. Just to illustrate this point, James Harden, from the moment he became a star in Houston, 78 games, 73, 81, 82, 81, 72, 78, 68 in the bubble year, which is out of 72 games. He then gets to Brooklyn, has his first injury of his career, and now it's like, James Harden, out of shape. Yeah, we knew it. It was only a matter of time. Guess what? Since that hamstring injury, been nothing but durable once again. 72 games at 34 years of age. 79 games last year. But James Harden, out of shape. Who cares? But you know what? We're going to blame him for that too. Even though James Harden played on a hamstring injury that doctor said she shouldn't have been playing for months, he tried to come back and help his team, but it's James Harden's fault. He went 5 for 17. When the man couldn't even move. When Aaron Gordon was out there in Game 7. When Aaron Gordon was out there against OKC with a grade 2 hamstring.
Y'all hear that violin?
Guess what everyone did? When Aaron Gordon was out there in Game 7 against OKC, everyone gave Aaron Gordon credit. For even though he wasn't great, he couldn't move. Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. Couldn't raise his arms. No one was like, you know what? These guys are just bummed. You know what? You know what they did? They acknowledged that these guys were fighting for their team, trying to be out there and help in any way they could. But James Harden, he 5 for 17. It's his fault. Yeah, I guess. Cool. He then goes to Philly, and Philly is the first time I would actually say this is where James Harden, it looks like the decline is here. The hamstring was cooked. The first step wasn't the same it was. He's still able to, in 2023, win you 2 games in a series. 40 points multiple times, game winners. And guess what? He's playing alongside the league MVP, who's also not healthy, by the way. And apparently, James Harden is the first second option in the history of second options that when the first and second option play badly, it's the second option's fault. What sense does this make when Kawhi Leonard and James Harden play next to each other and both of them have a bad game? It's James Harden. When Joel Embiid and James Harden are next to each other and James Harden is not the MVP and Joel Embiid is, it's James Harden's fault. I've never seen a second option get criticized for bad games more than the first option. He's the first one I've ever seen get that treatment. Please, someone enlighten me to another second option who gets criticized more for their bad games than the first option.
Okay, so
please, in that same Game 6 or Game 7 against Boston, when we're criticizing James Harden for going 3 for 11, Joel Embiid was 5 for 18. Why are we hearing that it was James Harden's fault? Why can't the MVP, by the way, who was also injured, I want to acknowledge that because I'm willing to acknowledge context when it comes to these guys. James Harden is the second option being criticized for a team losing when he won them 2 of the games in the series in which Joel Embiid didn't even play the start of the series and James Harden was still keeping them afloat. And instead of acknowledging that and saying, how this second option at 34 years of age is actually keeping his team afloat while they try to get the MVP back, we're going to say, but he sold in the closeout game alongside the MVP and it's cricket's about him. Cool. I guess. Last year on the Clippers against the Denver Nuggets, James Harden, look, he folded in Game 7. Does anyone remember Game 6 when they were down 3-2? Is that not a big game when James Harden goes and scores 28 and wins them that game? No, that's not a big moment. Down 3-2. But guess what? If James Harden would have played badly in that game and they would have lost, James Harden in the biggest moments, folding again. But now I guess because he's actually tied the series up 3-3, now the only biggest moment that matters is Game 7 where he actually plays badly. So the Game 6 where he actually got them to the Game 7 means nothing because guess what? The next game is always the bigger game. So eventually, James Harden, and this is the trick that they do.
Keep going, Moss. Keep going.
Because when James Harden starts the series well, they say it's only a matter of time, right? That's the thing. It's only a matter of time.
Right.
And because the way series work, the further you get into a series, the more jeopardy there is. So if James Harden plays well in Game 6 to force a Game 7, the Game 6 now means nothing because Game 7 means more than Game 6. Exactly. So if James Harden then has a bad Game 7,
it's not that it means nothing, Mars. It's just that it already happened. It doesn't mean nothing.
That's absolutely what it means. What it means is we actually now have the evidence again that when the series matters the most, James Harden plays badly. So the only way that James Harden can evade this, he has to sweep every series. He has to win every series so fast that you can't get to the point where it matters more. You can't get to that point because no matter what, if James Harden plays well in Game 5 to get to a Game 6, but then he plays badly in Game 6, forget Game 5 because Game 6 mattered more than Game 5 and he played badly. If James Harden then plays well in Game 6 and Game 5 to get to Game 7, who cares that he got them to the Game 7? In Game 7, it meant more than Game 5 and Game 6 and he played badly. I want to introduce you guys to something. It's called 3-point variance. When you are a 3-point shooter, you are more likely to have bad games in a series. That's just what happens. When you shoot 12 threes a game, you are more likely to have bad games in a series. Let me introduce you to someone who many people consider an all-time great. This is someone who top 20 player of all time. These are games they had within series. By the way, towards the end of series, 10 for 27, 6 for 17 from 3. They won the game though. Who cares? 5 for 17, 2 for 7 from 3, 15 points. They won the game. These are closeout games, by the way. They won the game though. Who cares? Oh, okay. So we are in a series. What is the series? Tied 2-2. 7 for 22, 0 for 9 from 3, 16 points. They won the game though.
Mars, when you get done, can I ask you a question?
No, let him keep going. No.
They won the game.
I said
they won the game. They won the game.
Obviously,
Let him keep going.
Has to respond.
They won the game though, so it's fine. So who cares that you go 10 for 27 in a closeout game? Who cares that you go 5 for 17 in a closeout game? By the way, the game before that, you had 20 points for 7 for 16 and 2 for 5 from 3. By the way, but then once again, tied 2-2, 7 for 22, 0 for 9 from 3. It's same player, different player front. What is this? You start a series. You start a series going 5 for 12, 6 for 16, and 7 for 23, but you're up 2-1. Oh my God. So I guess the performance doesn't matter. You're up 2-1. It's cool. Whatever. I guess. You then go into another series. You go 6 for 17 and win the game. You then go in the closeout game, 6 for 17 again for 21 points. That is cool. I just gave you 22 Stephen Curry, in which they won a championship, 10 for 27, 5 for 17, and 7 for 22, all in games in which they won, 2 of which were closeout games, 1 of which was game 5 of the NBA Finals, and they won the game. Cool. I then also gave you 2019 Steph Curry, 3 games, of which the first 3 games of the Houston series, in which he just drastically outplayed James Harden. Do you want to know what James Harden was doing in those 3 games, by the way? I could definitely tell you. If you want to know what James Harden was doing.
You're already there, Mars. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, Mars.
All for fun and games. Let's see what James Harden was doing in those 3 games.
Let's keep going.
35 points, 29 points, 41 points. So in the first 3 games of the series, James Harden was averaging, James Harden was averaging 35 points per game, scoring 35, 29, 41. He was then down 2-1 in the series. Meanwhile, Steph Curry could put up tour dates and be up 2-1. Then if you want to say, oh, well, look how they ended the series. Okay, cool. I'm going to give you the last 3 games of the series. James Harden, the last 3 games of the series, 34.7 points per game. No, James Harden played well the whole time. And if you want to know efficiency, James Harden shot 44% from the field, 35% from 3 while averaging 35 points per game. I could tell you Steph Curry's efficiency. You know what? I'm going to tell you Stephen Curry's efficiency just so that no one can accuse me of leaving out information. Stephen Curry in that same series in which he had the 33-point second half, 24 points per game, 40% from the field, 28% from 3. But he won the series. We need to say James Harden underperformed. Steph Curry rose to the occasion. No, the fuck he did not. He had a better team. Kevin Durant was there for 5 of the games. Kevin Durant was the best player on the court for Golden State in the first 4 games, undeniably. But that's cool. Guys are allowed to have teammates who play well. The only guy who can't do that is James Harden. Steph Curry can underperform in multiple games in series, and no one cares because his team is good enough to then win the games. James Harden's team was not good enough to then win the games because they needed James Harden to play at a level that was consistent throughout. And I'm telling you, when you have 3-point variance, which is what Steph Curry has, which is what James Harden has, and you know who I could also go to? Jason Tatum. These types of players who shoot 10 threes a game are going to have games within series in which they do not make threes. The only person who this then means they never play well is
not some of it.
You can't.
We're going to unpack all of it.
But it's fine. So you know what? I'm actually going to go with Jason Tatum. We don't need to do the finals run. Everyone knows what happened in the finals.
We're going to unpack all of this.
Everyone knows what happened.
We're going to unpack all of it.
Everyone knows what happened in the finals run. I don't even need to bring that up. I don't need to bring up the finals run. So we have Jason Tatum, 8 for 21, 1 for 10 from 3 in a 2-point loss to the Atlanta Hawks. 19 points in that game. Jason Tatum, 7 points against the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, who remembers that Jason Tatum game in which he had a really good 4th quarter, but he actually shot terribly the whole game and they won the game? All I had to hear was Jason Tatum showed up in the 4th. But
game 6.
God forbid James Harden, God forbid James Harden go 5 for 21 and have 19 points. God forbid. But shout out to Jason Tatum, one of the best game 7s we've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
You know what? 6 for 10 from 3. Shoot, man. Shout out to you.
Yep,
when threes go in, all of a sudden you look unstoppable.
Absolutely,
shout out to you.
100%.
But anyway, then we can go on to the next series. Oh, what is this? 6 for 18 against Miami. Damn.
Yep.
8 for 22. 0 for 8 from 3 against Miami. Yep. God damn, and that's 23, Jason Tatum. We know what happened in 24 when he couldn't buy a jump shot the whole playoff run. Actually, let's go through it. 7 for 18, 1 for 8 from 3. 6 for 16, 2 for 7 from 3, 22 points. 5 for 14, 2 for 6 from 3, 20 points. Then, and by the way, they won 3 of those games. And this was against Miami first round. They then go to Cleveland. 7 for 19, 0 for 5, 18 points. 7 for 17, 25 points. Shout out to you. Get to that free throw line, Jason Tatum. You then go into the next series against Indiana. 11 for 26, 3 for 11 in the closeout game.
Yep.
Shout out to you. Win the game in a sweep. Shout out to you. Then the first game of the finals, 6 for 16, 16 points. 6 for 22. The next game, 18 points. Game 4, you lose 4 for 10, 15 points. Shout out to you. Guess what? You won a championship doing all of this, by the way. But God forbid James Harden struggled from the three-point line in an important game. God forbid. Meanwhile, I just gave you all of these struggle games in which they're winning 90% of them. Winning 90% of these games. Absolutely. But James Harden is apparently the only player who's not allowed to make shots. God forbid he actually just had a teammate that was actually able to pick up when he's not making threes. God forbid. Maybe he has that guy now in Donovan Mitchell. You know, Donovan Mitchell is one of the best playoff scorers. That's what I get told. Donovan Mitchell, the best 2 guard in the league. Why can't Donovan Mitchell pick up the slack when James Harden go 2 for 11 from 3? Why not? We don't believe in him to be able to do that with Evan Mobley behind him on defense, Jaren Allen behind him on defense, all this shooting that you just told me that made James Harden the most talented team he's ever been on since OKC. All that shooting, Donovan Mitchell can't pick up the slack when James Harden has his inevitable bad game in the series. He can't do that. Guess what? When he doesn't do that, you know who we're going to blame? James Harden. Not the best player on the team, Donovan Mitchell. We're going to blame James Harden. Crazy. But yeah, go ahead. You can respond if you want.
Okay. So Mars, you started the conversation, Mars, with him not being with him not being in shape with this hamstring thing. So I want to rewind the clock back to 2015.
I started with 2018, but sure.
So when we rewind the clock back, because again, I believe it was Chris Paul who had the hamstring injury because he wasn't in shape.
He wasn't
rewind the clock.
So he wasn't.
So rewind the clock back to 2015 because that's where this all started. This all started with Kevin McHale, who said that James Harden showed up to camp out of shape. Not only did he show up to camp out of shape, he plays his way into shape throughout the course of the season, which ends up hurting him once the playoffs come because he ends up running out of gas. That ultimately got Kevin McHale fired because he called out James Harden for that. So that's a problem, number one, because we also saw that with James Harden. We saw that with James Harden in Houston. We saw that with James Harden when they played against San Antonio. We saw that when they played against San Antonio in 17. We saw that with James Harden in 18 because he plays himself in shape. So the idea of him not being in shape, so the idea of you guys criticizing him for not being in shape, that's a fact. He has not been in shape. Now, at no point did I ever come up here and say that James Harden does not perform in the playoffs. He does get busy in the playoffs. I've seen him get busy in the playoffs.
Yo, chill. I'm sorry. You have to hold that thought. Hold that thought, chill. But until we get over 600 likes, we will not be entertaining that. Until we get that, though, what we will do is introduce you guys to Splash Sports. We're going to get into our quick picks. Chill, hold that thought. We'll get over 600 likes. But before we do that, though, I'm going to tell you guys about Splash Sports. This is where you can make your picks. You pick 2 to 6 players in the sport that you like, whether that's NFL, NBA, MLB. It doesn't matter. You choose your favorite players in your favorite sport, and you simply choose more or less on their player projections. And I'm going to tell you what's the best part, the most sweetest part, the most brilliant part about Splash Sports is you're competing against other fans. You don't compete against the house. As you guys see on the bottom banner, you can get up to $50 when you download Splash Sports and you use promo code PLAYER. And we will give you a 100% boost. You can download the app by clicking the link in the bio or scanning this QR code on the screen. Fellas, let's get into our quick picks, and then we will resume with what Chill had to say. If we get up to 600 likes. We're at about 360 right now, so maybe we don't get back to that, and Chill will not be coming on stage either. It will be us moving forward. Hey, that's just how the dice shake sometimes. Hey, Chill hurt his hamstring. He's not healthy. He's not in shape. But let's get to these quick picks, though.
Are you going to go ahead and take Jamal Murray less?
I'm going to take more today.
Trying to get this done quick.
No. You're taking less.
I'm not taking more on Jamal Murray?
Are you taking OG Anunoby PRA, Ox?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't get more on Jamal Murray?
No.
Oh,
Hey, you want to be a dictator? I can be a dictator too.
Hey man, y'all hit that button, man, so we can get Unc back up here, man. We got.
We're only at 400.
Make your quick picks. That's what.
I don't know if we're gonna make it, man. I don't know.
Real talk. What y'all want?
I'm gonna take Landry Shamet more.
Damien, real talk.
What's Jared Allen's line? Because he'd be in some trade talks, man. I'm going to take the less on that.
You think the trade talks are messing with him mentally?
Yeah.
14 points or 15.
We got 14 and a half points, 26 and a half PRA. They're playing against the Clippers.
440 likes. We're almost there.
I'm gonna take. Maybe we'll take them more on that 14 points.
Oops.
Okay. Real talk.
Let me see. We got scroll back up a little bit. Kings playing Memphis. Oh my goodness, that's going to be just the battle of terrible. So there will be a lot of stats being put up in that game. Let me get Russell Westbrook PRA.
We back in 2017.
27 and a half PRA.
Yeah.
They'd be tanking though,
more on that?
like crazy.
All right.
Is he still playing though? But I mean, they can see Damian. They can play their guys and still lose. It's not like.
And I'm sure that Chill's gonna want the more.
They're finishing games with like.
So, I'll take the more on Kawhi for Chill because I know that's what he would want me to do.
Chill, is that what you want?
Yes.
All right.
Chill, a better man than me. That's all I know. Chill, a better man than me.
Oh man.
All right. 10 turns of 750. Where'd it go? Oh, there it goes.
Hey.
All right, this is what we're looking at, y'all, on Splash Sports today. We are turning 10 into 750. You heard what Big Ox said. We used the boost, so we're going from 500. It would be 10 to 500, but now it's 10 to 750. Jamal Murray, I try to vouch for you, Jamal, but you are who you are. Didn't we learn that today? Hey, people are who they are. So we're going less on Jamal Murray. We got OG Anunoby, PRA 24 and a half. We're going more on that. We got Landry Shamet, 8.5 points. We're going more on that. We got Jared Allen, 14.5 points. We're going more on that. Russell Westbrook, 27.5 PRA. We're going more on that. And last but not least, Chill wanted Kawhi Leonard, 26.5. So we are going with Kawhi Leonard, 26.5. Once again, you guys see the bottom banner. Quick picks match up to $50 when you use Cole Player. And we will give you a 100% boost on your first entry. Y'all download the Splash Sports app. We'll see you guys in the winner circle. Man, we're only at 494 likes. Real talk, you got a story that you want to tell us or something like that?
There is no way.
A story.
I mean, we got trades that we want to talk about. We want to talk about, the Jaren Jackson trade. We want to talk about Red Velvet. Damian, Red Velvet is going to Detroit. The Boston Celtics got Nikola Vucevic. But the chat doesn't want to, you guys want to watch, but you guys don't want to pay your entry fee. All we ask is that you guys like, subscribe, comment, share the videos. You guys like the videos, so why not like the video? Mars, you could be mad at it, but I'm mad at it too. I think it's nasty. I think it's nasty work.
I will say this though, in defense of Chill or the ones that do have the position of, hey, James Harden is that guy in the playoffs, right? I'm not a James Harden guy by no means of the imagination. I don't want to get that me and Mars are not one and the same. I think Mars advocates for James Harden a lot more than I do, right? But my problem with the conversation is not that, yes, Harden does have some shortcomings in the playoffs. That's undeniable. You simply cannot deny that fact. But he's better than Darius Garland, which is my point. And I think
Real
Mars,
talk, by the way, I'm with you on that, by the way.
That's also my point for today.
Yeah, as far as
I also feel like James
Harden's
career.
He's better.
I also feel like James Harden's career is just horribly out of context in this conversation. But the overarching point is he's better than Darius Garland, no matter how you want to slice it. But just the idea of who James Harden is.
Also want to state that in that Philly series, I didn't only call James Harden the bum. I also called Joel.
Oh no, you've been consistent calling Embiid the bum for sure.
I called both.
Another thing I also disagree with.
Well, I mean that series, but you know what I mean. I think
Embiid did get some criticism.
I think Joel Embiid's a great basketball player, but he just do bum shit sometimes. Oh, and Tobias Harris too. Tobias Harris really folded too. So
it's just in some people's best interest to not play when they're injured, man. I guess James Harden playing with a hurt hamstring. Now it's his fault. Brooklyn lost. Embiid playing with a sprained knee in 23. Now it's his fault. I mean, I guess.
But Mars, that's a part of the game though. Like I said before, like I enjoy what we do, but at the end of the day, like who gives a shit what we think? Like, you play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hurt and y'all lose, James Harden shouldn't care, and Joel Embiid shouldn't care.
I'm saying he cares. I'm saying if we can acknowledge, if we know that these guys are hurt, and then we're still going to just act like they're not for the sake of pushing agendas.
No, it's not acting like they're not. For me, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not acting like you're not hurt. I know that you're hurt. Still didn't perform though. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. As a professional athlete, you're catching criticism for not getting it done, regardless of why you didn't get it done. I don't care about why you didn't.
I mean, that is
if you're hurt,
isn't the why important though?
No, not really.
The further you get removed from it, not really, Mars. It doesn't.
If you're hurt, you're hurt. If you're playing, you're playing.
Yeah, it's just going to be. It's just going to be. It's just going to
20 more
like
likes.
an L on your resume for most people.
But
That's just
so
the
you
way.
guys think that's how it should be.
It's not how it should.
I think yes. I do think so. Yes, as a professional athlete, if you don't get it done because you're hurt, as long as you're on the court, Mars, as long as you're on the court, the why doesn't really matter. And it's not supposed to be fair, but you're not you don't have a fair.
If you're
profession.
not on the court, shouldn't the same thing happen?
If you're not on the court because of what? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You're hurt. You're not on the court. You're also not helping your team win. Shouldn't you get criticized?
I mean, sure. Why not? I guess so. I mean, we all have our own criteria for that. You know what I'm saying? For how you criticize or how you show a player love, whatever. That's your own thing. I don't know if there's a really like a format to it or a template to it. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like if you're on the court and you're playing, I just can't give you any bail. Like, I can't give you any bail because this is an unfair sport. It's an unfair profession. You know what I'm saying? That's why you. That's why
it doesn't give.
That's
It's
why
not
you
like
get
a
the big
moral
bucks.
victory. I feel it's not like a moral victory. I'm not saying like, it doesn't matter that X player played badly because they were hurt. Because at the end of the day, you didn't help your team win. So it matters in that context. But in the context of, this guy's not a good playoff performer or whatever the conversation may be, I feel like the context of them being hurt is relevant. Like, it's different. It's different than saying they would have won if he was healthy. That's a different conversation. Right. But saying, I don't want to use Joel Embiid or whoever, but like saying they're not a good playoff performer because they were hurt when they played in the playoffs, kind of like Darius Garland. Like saying, Darius Garland just not a good playoff player, but like broken jaw, foot injury, like Austin Reeves last year. Just trade him. God was playing hurt. Like, okay, no, see, real talk. I'm looking at you with both of the statements, by the way. But the guy's hurt. Like, I feel like if they don't play, you then have the element of we don't know what would have happened. And if they were healthy, we could have won. But then when they go out there hurt, trying to help the team, they then get demonized and criticized for not playing up to their standards. And it's like, well, they could have just not played if that was the case. And I'm not saying they should care about our opinions. If they think they can help the team go out there and play, I'm not saying that. But from our perspective, I think we should do a better job of trying to be fair. That's right.
Hey, Mars.
To your point, Mars.
Shut up.
I understand.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Mars, and that's a very valid point. I do feel like if you hurt and you play and it doesn't go your way, that we shouldn't say, that person's not a good basketball player or that person sucks. Like, no, I don't. I'm not going that far with it, but I am saying that if you're on the court, you're gonna get judged for what you do. That's true.
Can you imagine just getting lumped up and then somebody stepping in the middle of the fight while you getting lumped up and then shuffling you off and then telling the crowd why he lumping you up? Yo, this fight can't continue until you dudes buy more tickets.
Yeah, that's some of the worst hosting I've ever seen.
I'm getting lumped up, by the way. And I'm going to put my, and by the way, real talk, what I'm going to do,
hey, chill, you were in the back, they were putting the
I'm
ice
going
on
to
your
fight back
face.
because I want to fight back because that's what this is.
Your trainer was telling you what to say.
This is a fight, right? This is
you had a moment to think things through.
And I got my hands
and now
up.
we getting back to it.
Ron, you are the worst version of Don King I've ever seen.
I'm absolutely going to fight back. I 100.
No Don King.
I have every intention to fight
one
back.
of the worst hosting performances I've ever
I
seen.
was just trying to tell the people about Lester. That's it.
That's why.
And to be fair, like, I understand the Splash Sports part. I understand. Hey, there's time slots. We got to do things. I get that. Then holding it out to get more likes. Some of the worst hosting I've ever seen. But it's fine. It is what it is.
Hey, if you're gonna be the villain, be the villain. As a matter of fact, Mars don't come up here until we get 800 likes. All right. Hey, but
he ain't gonna do
Chill,
that
would you
because
like to pick
he ain't gonna do that to Mars because Mars will leave.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know.
Chill. Would you like to pick back up from where you left off, bro?
I would actually like to pick back up on what we were talking about. So Mars was, hitting me with a right hook and a right shot to the body and a right hook to the jaw, and I was planning on defending myself until your goofball ass stepped in the middle of it and threw me out the ring.
Hey, Chill, before you go on that, Chill, I just want to say, y'all send enough super chats through. I'll keep Ron ass in the back. I got that. Send enough super chats through. We'll get rid of this fool right here. I can do it.
And now you cook it up. You cook it up.
Go ahead, Red Talk.
Now you cooking with that one up.
So, all right. It's kind of interesting that I got to. We was in a fight, and then now I got to get back to it, and
I'll get his ass out of here, Chad.
Where was I? Okay, Mars. I think where I was, if I remember correctly. So we started with the injury. We started with the injury issue with James Harden, and I talked about Kevin McHale and why James Harden ran out of gas because he always played himself into shape. So what we can't do is we can't talk about James Harden not being in shape because he wasn't. He was never in shape. He's notorious for playing his way into shape, very much like Shaq did when Shaq was with the Lakers. Only except Shaq had the kind of supporting cast to carry him when things weren't going good. That absolutely happened. However, when we move forward, I never once up here said that James Harden doesn't get busy in the playoffs. He got busy against the Warriors in 2015 in the playoffs. They just lost to a better team. He did have I believe he had one of those stinkers. And I'm not running down the numbers like you did. I'm going off the top of what I'm going off the top of what I saw. I believe it was game 5 where he had like 12 points and 7 turnovers in the closeout game against the Warriors.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Once again, so
he broke the playoff record for turnovers in the game.
He was awful. Yeah, he was absolutely awful. And moving forward, which is ultimately what got Kevin McHale fired because he called out James Harden for his inability to stay healthy because he runs out of gas at the end of the season. Same thing happened when they played against San Antonio. We saw the stinker that he had, I believe it was in the closeout game in game 5 in 2017 because he did run out of gas because he wasn't in shape. Now, moving forward, Mars, with him getting busy, James Harden, when he left Oklahoma City because he wasn't a complimentary player. He left Oklahoma City because he wanted to be a numero uno. That's what he wanted to be. And he was a numero uno when we just didn't know it. That's the difference. We didn't know he was a numero uno. He was a
complimentary. They didn't pay him.
He was okay. They didn't pay him, but we also didn't know that he wasn't a complimentary player because that's what he was when he was in Oklahoma City. He gets to Houston, come to find out he isn't a complimentary player. He is the number 1. And that's the way we treated him throughout the course of his career. When he got Chris Paul, he was not the complimentary player. He was the guy. When he got Russell Westbrook, he was not the complimentary player. He was the guy. Even when he got Joel Embiid, the league MVP, and he was leading the league in assists at that point, James Harden was. He still wasn't the complimentary guy. He was going to compliment James Harden. He was going to compliment Joel Embiid, but he was not the complimentary guy. We still looked at James Harden as the guy. No question about that. And then he moves to the Clippers. As good as Joel Embiid was, we still looked at James Harden as the guy on that group. In fact, he's going to be the difference in why they get over the hump because they didn't have that before they traded for James Harden because Ben Simmons couldn't score the basketball. Ben Simmons wouldn't look at the basket. That was the difference in why they couldn't get over the hump. We get James Harden. Now we're going to get there. And come to find out, with him leading the league in assists, it looked like it was happening. So now we move forward to when he gets to Brooklyn. When he gets to Brooklyn, these guys are going to play well off of him. Kevin Durant's going to play well off of him. Kyrie Irving is going to play well off of him. It doesn't work. Why? Because a total of 17 games, these guys, I believe 17 or 18 games these guys have played together that one season total. It was something like that they played together. And one of those was largely due to the fact, rewinding the clock about what I just said, James Harden came to camp because he was hurt. He had a hamstring issue. And that hamstring issue was because he wasn't in shape. So that ended up hampering him. Now we move forward to when he moved forward past Philadelphia to when he's with the Clippers. He's actually taking better care of himself. He came out and said that he was taking better care of himself. But we still see the same thing. To your point, he gets busy in the playoffs, but that one instance where it matters the most and it just goes to pieces. Nobody, including myself, ever said that James Harden does not perform in the playoffs. But whatever can go wrong will go wrong with him when it matters the most. That's why I'm out on Cleveland. With Darius Garland, there's more room for growth because he's a younger player. But I understand your point about it only being about this year. And if it's only about this year, what I've seen from James Harden in the past when it matters the most, that's why I'm out.
Is James Harden the guy in Cleveland?
To be honest with you, not now. He's older. Not now. No, he's not. If you would have asked me that 2 years ago, we might have had a conversation.
About to jump off that cliff.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
But chill, you were cooking with that whole thing.
Nope. Zip it.
Yeah, they pay about $70 to keep your ass backstage.
Zip it.
I ain't gonna lie.
I just joking.
His responsibility in Cleveland could be
adult,
different, though.
And when we in the ring, I don't mind boxing, but don't let somebody swing on me and then get me out the ring. That ain't fair.
Yeah. They'll take you out the ring when you starting to punch back. That's crazy.
I'm starting to fight back. No. You got to get out the ring. The rest of y'all that's outside, in order for this fight to continue, y'all got to buy more tickets. Hell no. Marsden, I got a busted lip and I got a bloody nose, and now you're gonna get in the middle of the fight? That ain't fair.
Fake ass Don King.
What the hell?
You know, I think
goofball ass back up here. Ron, where you at?
I do think we've had the Harden discussion. I do think we've
Let's talk about them Celtics.
had it well.
We've exhausted.
Can we talk about how Denver is under 500 since Jokic returned? No.
Did you see Swapper's tweet?
I didn't actually.
I did not.
Oh, he was at these last 2 games been some of the worst defense Denver.
Here we go with the bullshit. Here we go with the bullshit. It doesn't take long for it to start. It does not take long.
I did say that.
Start when it comes to Swiper. Oh my goodness. Give me a break.
Oh, what you?
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Look at that. Can't play defense with somebody's back. Interesting.
I'll be interested.
All right, fellas. Well, like we all noted, it was a crazy day yesterday. We talked about the James Harden trade. We've talked about that in depth. Before we even move on, though, I do just want to put this up here, and I want you guys to answer the question of who actually won the trade. So this is what Cleveland's roster looks like now. Projected starting lineup. You got James Harden, obviously. Donovan Mitchell, star-studded backcourt. Jalen Tyson has now played his way potentially into the starting lineup. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. And then you have the Los Angeles Clippers, who have Darius Garland, Chris Dunn, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Zubac. Which team actually won this trade? Obviously, the Clippers got a second-round pick, too, depending on how you value that. Who do you guys think ultimately won this?
Cleveland is better.
I think the Cavs won. The Cavs won the trade for right now. The Clippers won the trade in the long term, I think, because especially when you consider they're going to probably extend James Harden and give him a bunch of money. I think the long term it was a good play for the Clippers, especially being so old. Get a younger player in Garland with the guy who frankly didn't want to be there at the end. So I think that's how I would view the trade. Cleveland got better today.
If Darius Garland, if Darius Garland won it out,
Damien, you think
Harden?
You think Garland won it out?
He's on my Harden.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Garland. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If Darius Garland can play basketball, then I still think it's an even trade. For the future, I think it's the Clippers. But if Darius Garland can actually play, because he could, speed it up a little bit, get out and run a little more. If he could actually get on the court, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But the fact that he's not playing, the Cavs absolutely won this trade.
We literally just saw the Clippers. Who did they just play? Maybe 2 nights ago. Oh man,
they just played the Cavs, didn't they?
No, not the Cavs.
They played the Cavs today. Yeah.
Who was it? It was just 2 nights ago that they just played.
Philly.
Philly, that's who it was, Miles. They
Philly.
played Philly a couple of nights. This team without James Harden, that playmaker, that ball handler, they suck. They are whack as hell. Because now what I'm looking at is Kawhi Leonard having to now be my primary ball handler, my playmaker, my distributor, and it doesn't look the same. In fact, it looks way worse. Now, when you add Darius Garland to that, if he's healthy, I got a better ball handler. I got a more efficient long ball shooter, right? I got a guy who can stretch the defense. I got a guy who can get downhill. I got a guy who can distribute. So he's going to supplement a lot of that stuff. Without James Harden on the floor, I'm watching that team. That team they don't do anything without Kawhi Leonard. They don't know which way they're going with the basketball. They don't know who they're going to. There is no direction. There is no point of attack on offense. None of that stuff. This is a bad team without James Harden.
You're judging it off of that one game. Just a couple weeks ago when James Harden wasn't there, Kobe Sanders came in and filled right in for him, and they looked great.
Is this the same Kobe Sanders that you? I want to make sure, real talk, that this the same Kobe Sanders that this dude told us that this Kawhi Leonard is playing with. This is the same Kobe Sanders that he told us.
Don't go based off of my narrative. Go based off what you're watching. Go based off what you saw. Go based off what we all saw.
Bad team without James Harden.
Okay. So and all I'm saying is, and I don't think Kobe Sanders is anywhere close to as good as James Harden or Darius Garland is. All I'm saying is you're taking this one game and saying that they suck without James Harden. We could always take this one game and say, hey, they're fine without James Harden. So it's kind of like, which game are we going to take?
You have when there's a limited sample size, you can definitely say that. As far as who won I think Cleveland just flat out won the trade. You got the better player, Darius Garland. I guess it's just how high are you on Darius Garland is really the question. Like and to throw in this dynamic, these older players are starting to play at a high level for extended periods of time, and it's getting higher and higher in age, right? I mean, look at what Steph Curry's doing right now. 38.
I'm not getting tricked by that. No, I'm not.
What you mean not getting tricked by it?
It's a small sample size. So Curry, James,
right? It's
KD,
all the players around James Harden's era, and James Harden is doing it right now.
Curry, James, if I'm not mistaken, Curry, James. Let's see, Curry,
KD.
James, KD.
Kevin Durant.
Those three guys. This is
and James Harden.
I mean, this is. I think that this is an anomaly. Like the whole 37, 38-year-old. Like that's not sustainable. It is.
Rudy Gobert's how old right now?
33 years old. He's in his prime still. He on the other side of it, but he in his prime still. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that James Harden could potentially play at this level another 2 years.
So that's why he's asking for that contract extension. Are you comfortable with James Harden? So you comfortable giving James Harden $40 million because over the next 2 years at age 38 and 39, because you think he's going to play at this level for the next 2 years? Ooh, that's a huge gamble.
If they get to the finals or something, they're going to
real talk. How much upside do you think Garland has?
That's going to be on merit, Mars. I think.
I'm not that high on Darius Garland. Like I see the positives. Really
no,
good
you don't.
pick and roll.
You do not. Real talk. You said he's a quick D-Lo. You think D'Lo's whack?
A good player.
D'Lo used to be a decent player. Now he's
I'm saying he's the reason
D'Lo used to be decent, man. You ain't gonna do that. D'Lo used to be
cold. You're not
I think he's whack as hell. I think
cold.
he's straight whack.
But no, I think Darius Garland is good. I think he's really good at pick and roll. I think he's one of the best pull-up shooters when he's healthy. I think his quickness and speed, getting downhill, breaking down defenses, constantly. Like he's a really good offensive player. I really do believe that. However, he's really small. I don't really like small guards like that. And he's not that great defensively. He'll participate, but not that great defensively. And then on top of that, he has playoff concerns in my issue. And health concerns. Whichever one you think is affecting the other. It's like, is he bad in the playoffs just because he's not that good of a player, or is it his health, or is it a mixture of both? Is it because he's that small and then he starts playing these better teams and high leverage moments? And obviously a player of that size and caliber is going to be a little bit worse in a playoff setting. All of that is whatever point of view you want to take or perspective on it you want to take. But in my opinion, I'm just not like as high on Darius Garland as a championship player as some others. I don't know.
Like myself.
The reason why I ask is because I wanted to just make sure that we weren't sort of underselling him, but I think all the concerns are valid. He's definitely injury prone. This toe thing's weird. He is undersized, doesn't play D, but very gifted offensively. I just think that his best basketball might be ahead of him still, which makes it probably a good long-term fit for the Clippers.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we obviously talked about this trade in depth. We've covered everything that we could potentially cover about this. However, in the midst of us doing that, and in the midst of us being derailed, we got a lot of super chats, and we got a lot of things we got to talk about.
It was because of you.
So I'm going to get to the super chats. Then we'll get to Jaren Jackson Jr. We'll get to the 3-team trade between the Pistons, the Bulls, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll get the Vucevic being traded from the Bulls to the Celtics and who he got traded for and why that trade makes sense or doesn't make sense. But before we do that, chat, I got something I've been wanting to talk to you guys for a very long time about.
What's that?
We in the building, y'all.
Y'all.
Portland, Oregon,
Y'all.
April 10th. We will be live in the Moda Center. Yes, stop doing everything you're doing. Yes, you that's listening, you that's watching, because on April 10th, the panel is pulling up live to the Moda Center. And we're not just pulling up to watch the game. We pulling over to take over the whole entire building. We will be doing a show, and it may be live on the floor. It may be up in the Rose Room. We may be doing it on top of the arena. I don't know. I just know we're going to be at the Moda Center doing a live show. Pre-game, you're going to see the panel live when you pull up. Game time, we are going to watch the Blazers versus, lo and behold, the Los Angeles Clippers. Yeah, we'll get to see how that Darius Garland fit looks right in person. And then post-game, we'll be hitting the court. Yeah, the actual court. You know, the one that Dame cooked on. You know, the one that Drew Holiday put up a stinker on last night. Hey, Mars, your favorite dunker in the world, Shaden Sharp, the one he catches bodies on. Yes, we are actually going to be on the court for a post-game experience and some other fun festivities as well. Your tickets to the game and to the live show, to the meet and greet, and to the live experience on the floor, you can get those right here, right now. You can click the link in the bio, and those tickets are available. You'll get a chance to hoop with us after. You'll get a chance to shoot around with us. We'll have fan games. We'll have exclusive prizes, jerseys, drip, bragging rights, all of that good stuff. This isn't a watch party. This is a panel experience. One night, one arena, and there's limited spots, but however, you can get in early and you can get in now. April 10th, Moda Center. I don't want you guys to miss this experience with the full panel, fellas. It's going to be a movie, y'all. I can guarantee you that.
Love Portland. Huge fan of Portland. Been to Portland a number of different times. Dope city, good food, good people. Yes, I'm really looking forward to this. This is a great time. Love Portland. Absolutely. And I get to hang with my big fella. On top of that. So absolutely.
And I got the after party.
Hey, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at Ron.
You're a big fella, right?
No, you little fella.
Yeah.
We gonna throw Ron
hands on before or after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, chat. And for everybody talking I miss in the chat, pull up to the show, and I'll show you what this cookbook look like. Pull up to the after experience. But all right, y'all. I know that's exciting and all of that good stuff. But let's go ahead and get into these super chats. First and foremost, the first chat that I got is from DNE MLV. He sent through a few super chats, but this is the first one he sent. He said the Cavs have injuries, quote unquote. Of course they lost. They were injured. A Harden team has injuries, quote unquote. Harden is a playoff choker.
Yeah, it is kind of funny, like when the confirmation bias happens, right? Because in 2018, I mean, Chill wouldn't dare put anything on LeBron James for losing to that team in Golden State, but God forbid James Harden loses to him without Chris Paul. You know,
I actually had them beating Houston, so we've already gone
for the same reason he's out in Cleveland.
Yeah, the
wait,
exact.
who you had beating Houston?
Yeah,
He had Cleveland in 2018 beating the Rockets.
I did. Yes, I did.
The Rockets would have swept the Cavs. They would have
Was
swept.
Harden racing for 2018 though?
Long story short, he's betting on LeBron before he bets on James Harden.
There it is right
Yeah,
there.
we're doing the we're doing the
It's
gimmick where we
obvious.
act like LeBron doesn't lose to better teams. Oh,
No.
okay.
No, we're not doing.
I promise. I've said this word for word. I've said the exact same.
We're not doing that.
I guess he doesn't have 6 losses. I don't know. I guess he just went.
I've said the same thing word for word. Real quick. It's fine. It is what it is. James Harden will never be James Harden. The fact that he's won a series is mind-boggling to me. Because why didn't every team just beat James Harden? It's James Harden. I guess. Well, cool. Shout out to James, man.
DSG Piccolo said Drew Holiday has been a member of the National Terrorism Association, the NTA. Get off the pill and the floor. Nigga just got off of hoops. Giannis want to play with him? Fine. Send Drew's ass to Mini. J-Mac and Nas to PDX.
He had 2 turnovers last night because I'm watching the game. It was we had a nip and tuck game, and he had 1 turnover where he just threw the ball away. Then they go on a run, and then the ball is bouncing out of bounds. The ball is bouncing. He goes to get the ball, and he bounces the ball out of bounds. I'm like, get Drew off the floor. He killing us. What the hell is going on with Drew? Absolutely killing us. And on top of that, on top of all of that real talk, Gillespie was frying him. Gillespie was absolutely torching him yesterday. He couldn't do anything.
Frying. You have bad nights. You have bad nights.
You do. You 100%.
Hey, Drew, I see what you're doing trying to lower that value. I see
Gillespie
what you're
was
doing,
frying.
Veteran trying to get on the winning team real quick. Let me lower this value or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, he should be winning where he's
Not
at.
with that contract.
Let some people tell.
Oh, look at Ron. Look at Ron.
No, he could. I started watching that game in like the first 2 minutes. I seen Donovan Klinger make 3 straight threes to start the game. I was like, salute. Yeah, I'm not watching this.
Hey, Morris, he came out frying.
There's no way. The game's already on late. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me watch this. Donovan Klinger come out 3 for 3 from 3 in the first 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not watching this. And then I seen they came back. I started watching it towards the end. I have no idea how the comeback happens, but yeah.
Well, let me fill you in, Mars. So they started frying, and then in the third quarter they proceeded to go 1 for 10 after that cooking that you was just talking about. Yeah, they couldn't make a shot after that. That did not continue.
They're they're bottom of the league in 3-point percentage. I don't know how Donovan Klinger coming out going 3 for 3 anyway.
Yeah. Then they started to miss
Money
shots.
Kamara coming out hitting threes. Shake Sharp came out hot.
In addition to the missing shots, they couldn't take care of the basketball. And like I said, Gillespie was frying Drew. Like they were doing everything that they could to get Drew in action. Drew was trying to figure it out because Drew was trying to pick him up full court. That didn't work because all he would do is just throw the ball up the floor and then just go back and get it. That way he's alleviating the pressure from Drew. Yeah, he would just throw the ball up the floor and then just go back and get it. Then he put Drew in the pick and roll action, or he put Drew in pick and roll action, or if he got off the ball, he put Drew in cross action, and Drew wasn't able to blow up screens, and he was just frying him. So that's how they ended up getting back in the game. And then they pulled away in the fourth.
The Blazers are bottom of the league in 3-point percentage and in turnovers. That's not great.
Yes.
So yeah, it's about time they start missing threes and turning the ball over. If that's how Phoenix got back in the game, that's how every team should get back in the game. Portland can't shoot and they can't protect the ball. It makes sense. Yeah. Also, Portland's a 3rd in the league in 3-point attempts. I don't know. So I want to tell them if you're bottom of the league in percentage, maybe you shouldn't be shooting more than everyone except 2 teams. But
yeah, it doesn't.
Shout out to the Blazers, man.
Actually, it low-key makes sense because if you're not going to be accurate, we might as well get them up there for the volume to take over because we still have to match that math with the rest of the league. Actually makes sense.
The only teams that shoot more are the Warriors and Celtics.
The more you should shoot them. That's why Luka and Jason Tatum do what they do, I guess. I guess that's the logic. Shout out to them.
There are going to be some spreadsheet warriors who are going to agree with that sentiment. But
I know.
You're trolling, right? You're trolling.
No, that's the front. Definitely, that's the way they're thinking. Definitely, absolutely.
Wait, but real talk. Are you serious right now?
No, but I do understand that is the thought.
No, he's not. He's not serious.
Yeah, if you're not making the shot, you probably should stop taking. That's been my sentiment.
It's like me being a turnover machine and we're going to put the ball in your hands and keep it in your hands the whole game. No, it's not a good idea. Get off the pill. You killing us.
Can I interest you in Russell Westbrook?
You're killing us. Get off the pill. You're killing us.
One of the goats.
As you were saying,
all right,
Ron.
fellas. The next super chat is from Hunter TV. Hunter said, how many more years of Miami sitting in the cuck chair before they get rid of Pat Riley's senile ass. I don't know how he keeps deluding himself. I don't know how he keeps deluding himself, thinking they can keep waiting for a star to show up at their doorstep.
Well, it's interesting because it's just been reported that the Miami Heat are reportedly trying to land Giannis and Ja Morant without giving up Bam and Norman Powell. So they're on the telephone. They are. I just don't.
So it's not happening.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see the Ja Morant thing. I mean, Mars and I had this conversation. You take the offensive coordinator that was up in Memphis where Ja wasn't thriving, where the offense was kind of not conducive to his game. You bring him down to Miami, and now you're going to bring Ja down to Miami in that offense where he wasn't very good. And on top of that, the standard for what's going on in Miami, I just don't like Ja in Miami. No, I don't. Mm-mm.
The game's passed Pat Riley by though. Like I've been off Pat Riley for a long time now.
Damn it, he 81 years old. Everything past him.
It's over, man. But he'll stick
y'all
around.
Y'all dudes is wild as hell when y'all call me. Oh, just so y'all know, when I'm 80, you know what I'm gonna be doing when I'm 80? Nothing. That's what I'm gonna be doing when I'm 80.
No more?
No, I'm not gonna be doing anything when I'm 80.
You not gonna be on the panel forever?
Hell no, Mars.
And that's how we find out about this?
Yeah, no, he lied.
We still
gonna be seeing
if you don't on the panel in 2055, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
We're going live.
2055, episode 17,612.
The game keeps you young, Chill. You're gonna be here.
I'm 81 years old, still dealing with Mars. I will pass out on live television dealing with Mars.
That's what we need.
On live television.
Nah, that just annoys me, man. So you telling me that this ain't permanent?
Mars,
yeah, hey, by the time Chill 80, matter of fact, by the time Chill 80, you know what I'm saying? By that time we'll have PC studios, you know what I'm saying? We'll all be in person. We'll be doing the show live.
Exactly, and then Chill will walk in with his cane.
By that time, it's just gonna be about legacy.
Like advanced medicine. Advanced medicine's gonna advance by then as well. So like
I'm already on record, Ron.
Facts. You're gonna be 70, really going on the age you want right now.
You're gonna tell us about the good old days of Bird and Magic. Like we're gonna need something. We're gonna need a representative.
70 years ago.
Yeah, we're gonna need a representative. We're gonna be talking about all these guys, and you still gonna be holding on to Magic in the top 10. Like we're gonna need you.
Yes, like I still got Magic at 6.
Yeah, you still gonna be like, hey, Magic's still the best point guard I ever seen. Like we're gonna need that.
Ron, I want to say 2 things, Ron. Number one,
what's up?
I'm very confident because we just talked about modern medicine. I'm confident I'm gonna see 60. I'm vaguely confident I'm gonna see 70. I don't think I'm gonna see 80, but if I do, I'm seeing 90. I'm absolutely seeing 90 if I see 80. And with that being said, I will not sit up here, Mars, 70 years later and say, I ain't never seen a point guard better than Magic. Hell no. I'm not going to be that dude that's walking around here at 84 years old that's still saying, yo, Bob Cousy is the best.
For sure going to be that guy.
No, I'm not.
You haven't accepted it about
Steph Curry. I don't know who he's going to be.
Steph Curry.
I'm not going to be.
Chill, if we dial in one day and Chill, you're dialing in from like a nursing home and there's a nurse there and things, I'm out, yo. Like that's probably gonna be me. Like I'm done.
Ron, I'm not gonna be 82 years
if you're getting
old.
Pills, if you're getting pills mid-show, if you're gonna take your meds mid-show and things like that,
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that before the show. I'm straight. My line gonna still be fresh. My haircut gonna still be fresh. Yeah, I'll be good. Mm-hmm.
We just gonna have to arrange the show so that it's not interrupting his nap time. But we can do that.
No, I did that before the show. I did that before the show.
Chill gonna sacrifice.
I'm not gonna pass out on the air. I'm good. I'll be right here.
In 30 years, my top 10 still will not be changed.
You still gonna have
Scottie Pippen at 10.
Scottie will be
one problem at a
10.
time.
Tim Duncan will be at 3. No changes. I saw them first.
30 years later, by 30 years later, we're gonna see a point guard who's 6'10", got a handle like Kyrie, shoot the 3 like Steph, and dunk on niggas like LeBron. They're gonna be like, Magic clears. I'll be like,
he still wasn't better than Magic.
Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it, bro.
He still wasn't better than Magic. Nah, I ain't doing that, bro. I'm not doing that.
I don't care where you shoot it from. You'll never be a shooter better than Ray Allen.
Facts.
All right. Davey Alves 07 said, I work for the National Basketball League in Brazil, and we watch you guys every day. Shout outs from Sao Paulo. Salute to Brazil.
Shout outs, man.
Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. That's major.
I had a buddy that went to Jersey City State. He played basketball in Brazil. So the summer of '96, he's like, yo, Dub, they asked me to come down to this league in Brazil. I'm only gonna go down there for 6 months and I'll be right back. Just so you know, he's still down there today. He lit it.
Yeah, I actually just
Never came
recently
back.
found this out. And this is how I know I need to know much more about the world. But like, I just found out Brazil is like the second largest black population in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Brazil is a very melanated place. I didn't know that. I just kind of assumed it wasn't. But
yeah,
shout out. I gotta go.
During that transatlantic trade, quite a lot to Brazil.
Okay.
It was a couple of us who escaped. Not everybody was there. It was a couple of us who ended up escaping. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should look up the black population in Argentina.
Which not very many. That got rid of as many black people as possible in Argentina.
It's probably like the anti-Brazil.
Super racist in Argentina.
All right, the next super chat I got is from a chat representative. He's in the chat every day. He's in the chat early, on time. He'll even be here before the show. He's in here post shows. He's on our social media clips, all of that good stuff. When we was on playback, he used to be there faithfully. He goes by the name of Frank C. Frank said, quick to the point, Dub Ox.
No doubt.
I agree.
Absolutely, Dub Ox.
Someone called Ox the panelist of the month for January.
It's all that needs to be said, man.
Oh, you go as Kawhi goes?
Okay. Hey, we locked in, man.
Makes
We locked in.
That makes sense.
Why do we not have a panelist of the month? We need some accolades around here, bro. What's going on?
Hey, panelist of the month will be kind of cool, man.
Because that voting gonna be so rigged. It's
Yeah,
just gonna go to
that's true.
No, it's not. We're not doing that no more, Mars.
It's
no,
just gonna go to her. How you think he won the MVP?
That was some bullshit.
No.
That was some other people.
Man, I can't. Hey, we can't argue with the voters, but this one will be.
Nobody voted you for league MVP, Ron. Stop saying that.
Hey,
Nobody voted you for league MVP.
That's what they said about Kareem.
They did not. So stop saying that, Ron. Nobody did. Oh my God.
All right. Masinko sent through a super chat. Hey, that panelist of the month is on the way too. I appreciate you, chat. Or whoever came up with that. Good thinking. Masinko said Dub Ox again. And also shout out to Francisco Garcia, Bano Udre, and the whole 2016 Kings, one of my favorite 2K teams. 2002 Kings, biggest robbery in NBA history.
Keep crying, ho.
Hey,
Keep crying, ho.
Shout out to Bano Drano, man. If y'all don't know about Bano Drano, you don't know ball, man. Shout out to Bano, man. Francisco Garcia, he was cool. He was cool. Shout out to Bano.
The 2016 Kings, the one that had Quincy Acey, right? They had Quincy Acey on that team.
I believe so.
Yeah, weirdly fun team.
Costa Kufis was still there.
What you know about Costa Kufis, boys? Hey, that's my
Kings
dude,
cool, man.
Costa
Shout out to the
Kufis.
Kings.
Costa Kufis, yeah.
I believe
It's
Dante
Quincy
Green.
And Caspi was there. Omri Caspi was
Omri
there.
Caspi, Dante. I
Omri
think Dante
Caspi,
Green was
yeah.
still on that team.
Henri Caspi had a flamethrower, man.
Yeah, he had that. He had that. Like his claim to fame was when he had that back and forth with Steph, right?
Yeah.
And then he was on the Warriors like a year or two later. So I guess.
Yeah, on the road.
Omri had a banger. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't really ever like fan out. Like I don't really trip. Like when I see, I'm like, okay, cool. But Quincy Acey, that's the dude right there. Like I trip off Quincy Acey.
It's Quincy Acey.
That's because that's your nervous energy.
Quincy Acey used to be mad as hell at the ring the way he used to dunk.
Run up on you, Ox. That's why.
Why would he run up on me? See, the thing about this real talk, what you'll understand is like these niggas is little. Like niggas better leave me alone.
Ox is bigger than Quincy Acey. But Quincy a cool. He a cool dude though.
Yeah, but not
Quincy
and that's the thing. I wasn't even saying like that. Like I just trip off Quincy. Like he one of my favorite. Like you know what I'm saying. And then that team, a lot of that time from like 2012, 2016, we used to like be in the gym with them a lot, you know, running in just different runs, different programs, March of Dimes, you know, training and stuff like. Yep. So, you know, like me and Dante used to be like real cool. We played together a lot in different programs and stuff. So like that was a really cool roster. A lot of down to earth dudes on those teams. So, you know,
what's crazy is that I really
Quincy Acey and Reggie Evans the same person.
What'd you say?
Why was Quincy AC and Reggie Evans like the same person though? Exactly the same.
If you had to choose today, real talk, if you had to choose today, Quincy AC or Dembona?
Oh my God! Oh, okay.
I'm going Bona.
I love that kid. I do.
Yeah, I'm going Bona. But Ox, what's crazy is that, you know what I'm saying? You seem like you real cool, you know what I'm saying? And once we meet in person, I ain't gonna be able to talk to you. Because I don't stand next to niggas that tall. I'm sorry. I'm not really standing there.
I'm gonna be looking up.
Who you
I'm
gonna be
looking
socializing with? Just swipe up?
Yeah, yeah. If you pass
why?
like
That's all
6'4", hey, we gonna have to talk.
Hear about real talk,
At
least close enough.
Swiping like 6 foot.
I'm gonna be looking up at all you guys, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be looking like nobody little kid over there. I ain't finna
you'll be looking down on one of us.
Swiping really 5'11", but his head just like make him look
6'1".
You got the Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, for sure.
He got a dome piece on him. Yes, he does. He definitely got a dome piece on him. Yeah.
All right, the next super chat is from Bob Solo. Bob Solo said, I rewatched Jared Allen's 40 points and 17 rebounds. Harden is great with transition / pick and roll / passing is going to be heavier. Detroit, to me, lost their edges with that trade. Boston now has a center. Knicks versus the Nuggets. I'm assuming he's saying in the championship. Go New York, go.
Well, let's be clear about a couple of things when it comes to James Harden and the Cleveland Cavaliers. They still had so before they get James Harden, the Cavs had a top 10 offense in the league. They still have one of the best pick and dive offenses in the league. So now you get James Harden working with Evan Mobley. You get James Harden with that pick and pop. That's going to work. You get James Harden with Jared Allen diving to the rim. That's going to work. So I think that I don't think that this crew with James Harden gets worse. No, I think James Harden is the better player. He fits better. Yes, absolutely.
The big's gonna face with James Harden. That's for damn sure in the pick and roll, man. Like he gonna get them the easiest looks of their career. That's for sure. Like even Zubac, like he their chemistry was excellent as well, and he doesn't even play above the rim. So can you imagine what Mobley and Allen gonna do with James Harden in the pick and roll? It's gonna be fun.
Is James Harden looking at both Allen and Mobley salivating like, yo, I ain't never really had big guys like this before?
Yeah, Capella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Capella, but I don't know if he's ever had like two of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, well,
Capella.
Evan Mobley's been trashing pick and roll this year, so I mean, I guess
we'll have to see.
He's gonna help Mobley, I think.
Evan Mobley, Evan Mobley's 17th percentile in pick and roll scoring.
Yikes. As opposed to last year.
Points per possession. Yeah, last year he was like elite. But this year, I think they've had him popping more, and I think that's probably hurt him a lot.
Do you think that was because Darius Garland was out the lineup? Because him and Darius Garland worked really well together in that pick and roll.
I mean, that's probably some of it.
I think that can be part of it. Part of it is that they've just got him half of like his pick and roll possessions are him popping. It's like 2.5 a game. With him like ending the possession. You obviously got the ones where he catches in the short run passes.
Sure.
But just as like a scorer, he's 0.8 points per possession, which is not ideal. But even on his twos, 45% as a roller, that's not good at all.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it looks with James Harden, but it's been.
I don't think that. I think
I have no doubts about Allen. Yeah.
I think with Donovan
Allen Mobley.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think Allen's the perfect prototype here, but Evan Mobley with the pick and pop game.
Yep.
I would like to
when Donovan Mitchell comes off that screen, when he's working with Evan Mobley, when he comes off that screen, he's looking to dive to the rim and he's looking to score more. I think that Darius Garland is looking more for either that mid range or he's looking for Evan Mobley either in the short roll or he's looking for him to pop or flare. That works, and that's conducive to Evan Mobley's game. So I think that you're going to see more of Evan Mobley and James Harden because James Harden actually is getting downhill, and I think he's going to attract that attention, and he's going to get Evan Mobley a lot more looks in the short roll and in that flare shot. And I think it's going to look good for Evan Mobley. I think we're going to see a different Evan Mobley running with James Harden.
I just wish they would both play today. I know they can't because the trade's got to go through, but
yeah,
Clippers and Cavs playing tonight. I wish that we could have seen that.
Yeah, we will see it soon enough.
Hold on. Mad Max, you just be talking just to talk. He does put the battery in his back. But just because he doesn't come off the pick and roll, and get the goddamn ball to him every time, does not mean he doesn't put the battery in his back. He still does. What does that have to do with anything? Dudes just be wanting to talk just to talk.
Speaking for the sake of speaking, man.
Yo,
damn.
I don't know what be going on in y'all head in the chat, but dude said Swiper built like a bomb.
A bomb is crazy.
Swiper built like a storage unit. And then some other ones too. I'm not gonna put them on the screen, but
Somebody said a gas.
I don't know what
pump,
be
too.
going through y'all heads.
You seen the gas
Somebody
pump?
did
For
say-
y'all,
You guys
before I
hating on
move on to
Swag.
the next, before I move
Yeah,
on to the
that
next
fucks up.
super chat and ultimately the next trade, what I do want to say is we have to at some point revisit Cleveland letting go of their former coach and what he's doing right now with his current team, winning the East and all of that stuff. But that's not a conversation for today. As of right now, it is time for us to get into this Jaren Jackson Jr. trade. We spoke on it briefly yesterday, but we're going to dive back into it right now. In case you don't know, now you know Jaren Jackson Jr., an all-NBA player, all-star, defensive player of the year at one point, defensive player, has been moved to the Utah Jazz. The trade looks like Jaren Jackson Jr., John Conchar, Jacques Landale, Vince Williams Jr. are all being traded to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, George Niang, and 3 first-round picks. Let's get into it, fellas. Thoughts on this one?
It was a surprise.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't expect Jaren Jackson to be moved to Utah. I think it's interesting. They've committed a lot of money to him now because his extension that he just got kicks in next year. So I think they're going to be paying him, 200 million, something like that. So obviously they must believe in what he got going on. I think that's why the price wasn't that much for him because of the contract. But I'm intrigued. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm intrigued to see what Utah have going on. Last night they only had like 7 eligible players to play because they've traded everyone. So that was interesting. Shout out to Isaiah Collier. I think it can be good for them. Not in terms of like a championship. I don't see that. But I think next year I would expect them to be trying to make the play-in playoff push. I think that's probably what this trade is for. Them trying to be competitive next year. So to Jordan's point, when he was hating on the Jazz like a week ago, I think they're making the push next year to see how good they can be.
So you mean the Jazz that have never missed the playoffs for 4 consecutive years, that Jazz team that Jordan was trying to tell us was just a terrible organization, even over the last 40 years, they've never missed the playoffs for more than 3 or 4 years, I think. But with that being said, I think we're moving toward a bigger league. And with this bigger league, I think that Danny Ainge may be trying to be a little bit innovative. And not Danny Ainge, because I don't think he's involved in the front office stuff. I think it's his son more than anybody. But I think that they're trying to be a little bit more innovative with the triple big lineup, not the double big lineup, and moving Market into the 3. He actually played the 3 when he was in Cleveland. He wasn't as effective he wasn't as effective as he is in Utah. I think that's because he was younger, and I don't think Billy Donovan had a clue in Chicago what he was doing with him. I feel like now with him moving back to the 3. And if we can get Walker Kessler healthy, I mean, I think it could work. I do. I do think that it could work. My issue is Walker Kessler is going to be responsible for all the rebounding. That's going to be the problem. Like, we ain't got nobody else cleaning glass except Walker Kessler.
It is one of the best rebounders in the league, though,
They still got like a cluster in the front court, but I talked myself into this a little bit. I think it's a little bit weird. Like, I think I'm with Mars. Like, I'm intrigued by it. I'm not like too high, too low on it, but one thing that was glaring was like Utah have the worst defense in the league. So I think that they value Jaren Jackson Jr. a lot because he's going to help them with that. But yeah, very interesting if Markkanen goes to the 3 or if he's just flat out starts and then Sensabaugh starts with Bailey as well, because that all but guarantees that they believe Kessler Walker's a backup big and not a starting big. So that'll be interesting dynamic to see play out. But I think not so much has been talked about on the Memphis side. I think a lot's been talked about the Utah side, but Memphis, this all but signals that like Jar's definitely gone. And they got sort of 12 or 13 first round picks over the next 7 seasons. So they're in complete reset. So like Jar's another domino that's gone fall here. So Not much has been talked about the Memphis side, but they're in full rebuild, so interesting times over there. But I'm okay with that. I think I'm with Mars on this. I have to wait and see what it looks like.
Yeah, the Memphis just got a whole. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm patient.
Memphis just got a whole bunch of picks over the next 7 years, just like Damian said. I think they're tied now with OKC with the most first rounders within the next 7 years, so that's valuable. They're obviously looking at Zach Edey and Cedric Coward is part of their future going forward, and Jalen Wells as well. Triple J being moved before Ja definitely surprised me. I wasn't surprised that Triple J got traded, but I was surprised that he got traded before Ja Morant. But I get it. You got 3 first-round picks back for Triple J. I think that's pretty good. Did have to give up like a youngster in Vince Williams, who once upon a time probably was seen as part of the future for this team. But all in all, I think you get a good return. I think Utah, to Mars's point, is going to be a very interesting team next year. I'm interested in seeing the Laurie and Triple J 4 or 5 minutes in lineups. That'll be fun offensively. And interestingly enough to me, with them getting Triple J, everybody's been kind of talking about how it's automatic that AJ is going to Utah. But if they tank for the rest of the season and they end up getting one of the upper echelon picks, I think Darren Peters makes sense with their roster now. Now you have a backcourt of Keontae, Jaren, and then you have Laurie, Triple J, Kessler to fill out the rest of that starting 5. That could be a very interesting lineup there. I don't know if AJ now fits with all of those front court players. Now, obviously, they can unload some of them, like Philip. What's his name?
Filipowski.
Filipowski. Yeah, he's probably going to be on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Probably another one of the bigs. Oh, and they also have Ace Bailey too. I forgot about that. He'll probably.
Bro, so what's the timeline with this group? Because again, Lauri Markkanen, I want to say he's 27 or 28, one of those. And with him, I mean, we're in the prime years of Lauri Markkanen. In addition to being in the prime years of Lauri Markkanen, I think Triple J was he 25? I want to say
26.
Okay, 25 or 26. So we're either in the prime years of Triple J or we're entering those prime years of Triple J. So what's the timeline with this group? Because it looks like it's built on this front court. That's what it looks like.
You got what? 5 years. You have a good amount of time right now. There you got some youthful players that are, barely in their prime, if in their prime at all, or you know what I'm saying, in the middle of it. You have some time with this lineup.
They're really young. I wanted to get into
on how
what
some of
y'all
these young guys develop.
with Ja and what Miami's trying to do. You said they're trying to get Ja and Giannis. I think Miami can actually pull that off because I don't think Ja's going to be as expensive as far as pieces and picks to go. Similar kind of like with Trae Young. I could actually see them pulling it off. Now they only got 18 hours to get it done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? 24. They got 24 hours to get it done. Right?
From what I just heard, they've already pivoted off Giannis.
Miami.
They out?
Yeah.
That's what minute. Giannis going nowhere, man. Yeah. And if he does, it's going to be in the West.
And to your point, Ox, you was very adamant about Giannis going to the West. If the Memphis Grizzlies hand over Ja for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack, you better be up in arms about this because you was not happy. Yes. And the reason why I'm saying that about you is because Giannis can't go to the West. That'd be a travesty.
Right, yeah.
What happened with Trae Young is also a travesty. To hand over Ja.
That was much of a travesty.
What, Trae Young?
Yeah, I'm super low on Trae Young.
To hand Ja over for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack would blow my mind.
Why, Chill? I mean, the brother hasn't been good.
I don't know, man. I feel like trade value, people overstate the value of certain people.
Yeah, John Moran right now is not.
He's worth at least 1 first rounder.
At least
he's worth at least 1 first round.
Yeah, that's
because you say so.
No, not because I say so, Mars. Think about so think about what when you giving up a first round pick. Okay, so let's say that first round pick is in 2 years from now, 2028, right? So you're giving up that one for Ja. So essentially what you're saying is that this one by the time he gets to where Ja is, if we still have him, it's going to be better than Ja. That's essentially what you're saying when you're giving up that one. That's what you're banking.
Not necessarily. Chill. On top of that, what Washington gave up? What C.J. McCollum and what else for Trae Young?
Nothing.
Corey
Kispert. That's it.
Okay.
No
what I'm
draft
saying is, if I'm Washington, I'm not giving you C.J. McCollum for Ja Morant.
Wow.
You can't have
I
CJ.
not at all. The value of certain people is probably people perceive them to be more valued than they are. I also think draft picks are the most overrated assets.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Yeah,
Mark?
I mean, a draft
Because,
pick isn't more valuable than an actual good player.
Like you're look in 2031, you're giving me maybe the 27th pick in the draft. Yay! Like no, just give me the player. Like I don't.
Is it? Well, let me ask you this, Mark.
Money, like that's it, but I don't. It's so overrated.
But would it be because it's later down the line? Like, would it matter if that pick was next year? Like, let's just say for the sake of
argument, if the pick's not going to be good.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
exactly what I mean. So let's rewind. If we rewind the clock back to the 2024-25 season, right? And now here we are with the 26th draft. I'm giving you a 1 in this coming draft, as opposed to giving you a 1 2 years from now. With the draft, with the pick, I'm giving you this year be more valuable than it would be in 28.
I probably prefer further out picks because then maybe you guys will be trash. Giving me a pick next year when I know you're a playoff team, what does that mean for me? Like that doesn't do anything. So I'm probably on the side of give me your picks further out. Like if I'm trading with, let's say Denver, for example, give me your 2031 pick. I don't want your 2027 pick. Like I know you guys are going to be in the playoffs next year. So I either get the chance that you guys have fallen off and blown it up and it's a lottery pick, or I get the 26th pick in the draft. I don't care about that. And then, like the picks that Jaren Jackson got traded for, it's like it's going to be too late first in like 2027. Like that doesn't okay.
That's why Minnesota didn't care about giving up those ones to Utah, because they knew that they were going to be good and they knew that we were going to get like in the middle, not the middle, like late first round pick. That's why they didn't care about giving up those 4-1s for Rudy. I do understand that.
It's like, I guess like
it's tough because we see
they make it sound 4 first round picks and they make it seem like it's a horn. It's like, and then you see how they're like 2 of them end up being protected, 1 of them doesn't even convey, and it's like, oh, okay, so 5 years from the trade, it's like, oh, they got 1 pick, and that pick turned out to be a guy who was out the league in 5 years. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
I think when they're the most valuable, Mars, is when teams use them to go and get someone, like to go and get a good player rather than waiting to see who they're going to draft. So like Memphis getting a few picks, and let's say they become good all of a sudden, then them flipping those picks. Or I think OKC, their biggest advantage is not necessarily that they have picks to draft high lottery guys. I think it's that they have picks to then go and get a superstar. I think to me that's
and I think that's nonsense. I think the idea that teams value all these picks as if they mean a lot. Like most of these times, these picks just get thrown into trades to bolster the package, and then they actually don't do much. Like OKC trading 4 picks, and then
did we lose him? Oh, okay. I thought I
lost yours.
My bad.
No, you good.
You're back. You're back now.
You're back.
Where did you lose me?
These picks
cooking too much.
These picks end up being, and that was the last thing we heard. These
picks end up like being inconsequential players. Like the picks that the Jazz gave up was a Lakers pick for next year. The Lakers employ Luka Doncic, so cool, I guess. A Suns 2031 pick, which I think can actually be good, and then the best pick that the Jazz are gonna have next year, and I don't know what pick that is. It's part of a big swap. I don't know how that pans out, but like the reality is like, okay, so you gave up a potentially good Suns pick, a Lakers pick that we know is going to mean nothing because the Lakers are going to be in the playoffs, and potentially a good 2027 pick in a draft that most people who study the draft, 2027 draft is meant to be mid. That's like, especially compared to this year's draft. So it's like, okay, they gave up 2 picks in a mid draft and then potentially a good 2031 pick. That doesn't sound crazy when you add that to Kyle Anderson, George Niang, Walter Clayton, and Taylor Hendricks.
So when the Jazz traded Rudy to Minnesota and they gave up those 4 1s. Okay, so one of the picks turned into Keontae George, which is good. Okay, but in 25, another one turned into Will Riley. I'm not really sure.
He's not even on the Jazz.
That's what I was about to say. Like who was okay, and they gave up a 26 one, a 27 one, and a 29 one. Didn't they give those? If I'm not mistaken, didn't they give those picks to Memphis in exchange for Jared?
It could be those picks.
I think they gave them
one of them. Could be those picks. I'm not sure. Yeah, it could be.
I guess one of them.
But like that's the thing. Like most of these picks just end up just being thrown around, and it's like when you get to the NBA draft night, there's a reason why it's like, oh, with a 17 pick, and then they're talking on the broadcast. It's like this pick is by way of X. It's like because this pick got traded 7 years ago, and then guess who they draft? Oh, this random French kid. Oh, cool. And guess what? He's out the NBA in 3 years. And these are the picks that's like, oh, they traded Desmond Bane for 5 picks. And it's like, okay, let's see what those picks really turn into. But
I mean, it just depends on what a team does with the picks. You know what I'm saying? Do you draft well? Can you find some diamonds in the rough, like late in the first round and stuff like that? Like
it's hard. Like the Brooklyn ones that turned into like Brown and Tatum. Like I get it. Like it depends on the situation. But I think
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I largely agree. They're definitely overstated. Is what I would put it as. I would label it as. It really depends on the situation. But I like them as leverage.
All those picks from McCain and then ended up drafting like Danny Wolf in them. And like no disrespect to Danny Wolf in them, but that's like okay, like is that meant to like?
You know what I said, Mom?
You got all these picks from McCain. The Knicks, you gave up 5 1s. You could have had Drake Powell. Okay.
One of these dudes got a hit. Like we can't get it wrong on all of these dudes. One of them got a hit.
That's not exactly what you said, Chill.
No, that's
but
not exactly.
I do want to say though, like Memphis is in a favorable situation. I like where they're going. I like the OKC route. My thing is, if you're gonna blow it up, blow it up. Don't play around with it. Don't do it halfway. Like if you're gonna do it, do it.
Well, Ron, what's left? I mean, they started with Dillon Brooks. They come off of Dillon Brooks. And in addition to coming off of Dillon Brooks 2 years later, they come off of Desmond Bane. This was the core of this group. It was Brooks, Bane, Ja, and Triple J. Well, 3 of these 4 dudes is gone. And Ja hasn't exactly been great over the last like 2 seasons. So what are we holding on to? Because it looks like the foundation of this group now, of this team now, looks like it's going to be Zach Edey and this kid, Cedric Howard, who I don't know if you heard me say real talk. He reminds me of Kendall Gill. That's who he reminds me of watching him. So Zach Edey, this kid Cedric Howard, and maybe Wells, who you turned me on to, Ron. Like I don't know anything about Wells before you turned me on to him. So maybe that's the foundation of their group. And Ja doesn't fit that timeline.
They just got Walter Clayton too.
And they just got Walter Clayton.
They did just get Walter Clayton. I do kind of like Walter.
That's like winning DNA right there.
Like I don't think any of these players is going to be like their franchise guy, but I think this is a good core group moving forward. And then you go get like, let's say that they get any of the top 4, you add that on there as the best talent of that group, and then obviously they got 13
Memphis
more picks. So let's say
picks, which is good.
That's the beautiful part about it.
In this year's draft.
They own their pick this year and next year. They own their picks for a long time. They haven't really got off that pick.
I'm pretty sure
that's the thing. They can commit to a tank and then they can use their own pick. That's another thing I don't understand. When teams acquire all these picks and it's like, oh yeah, they're committing to a tank and they don't own their own picks. It's like you're tanking for another team. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like,
call up Oklahoma City. Give me them goddamn picks. You don't need them.
Yeah, like,
real talk.
That's never made sense to me. Oh look, the Bucks trade Giannis, they can just tank. Well, Portland have your picks. What are you tanking?
No, that's not.
Like so. That's another thing that's always throwing me off. Trying to say
that was the Clippers situation this year.
Now they can rebuild and tank. But if you didn't get your picks back, you're tanking for someone else.
Or this conversation. I was just having this convo with KB because some people's like perception of reality is so warped because of the team that they root for. Like he's a Golden State fan, right? So they just drafted Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh yeah, bro, Milwaukee, they should just tank. You know what I'm saying? And then you just keep drafting and drafting. You get your next Giannis. I'm like, brother, there's a good chance they don't get another Giannis forever. That's actually the odds. The
That's why
odds
they gotta
say
move him,
they'll
really.
never draft a player as good as Giannis again, ever.
There was what, a
Especially right there.
40-year
by the
gap
way.
between Rick Barry and Steph. And Rick Barry's probably the greatest player like before Steph, and then obviously Will.
He text me. I knew he was gonna text me.
Next Giannis is crazy. They're just gonna draft another top 15 player of all time. Just why not? You know, that's what you do.
Here's the thing, though.
He wasn't even
Mars.
supposed to be that as well, by the way.
I was about to say exactly, Damien. I mean, you get him at what? You got Giannis at what? 16. Good.
Yeah,
good
you
luck.
got him late in the draft. Yeah, definitely later than.
Just skin and bones. Yep, 16. Yeah.
Yes.
But that's also why the draft's tricky too. Like I do feel Mars to a certain extent, but then it's also like you just never. But that's also the tricky part too, and that's actually why I feel Mars for different reasons. But I feel him because it's 50-50. I feel like with every pick, obviously some picks are higher to 100 and some picks are closer to 0. But I'm saying for the most part, a first round pick is 50-50 because you never can quite project just how good somebody's going to be. And you never can project when somebody's going to bust or if they're not a fit or if they just don't fit your timeline. Like a certain guy might get drafted and for 4 years, they just don't, like Jaden Ivey, for instance. Jaden Ivey, I think he's going to be good for the Bulls. We're going to get to that trade in a second. However, he just wasn't good enough in those early years for the Pistons, so they decided to get a better piece to contribute to him right now. You never really know with these picks, and it's a toss-up every single time. Every time.
Chicago
even at
has,
29, like you could get a guy like DeJounte Murray.
What they're doing.
Say that one more time.
That's
Real
right.
talk.
I said the Chicago has like 16 guards right now. I don't know what they're
They
doing.
got 8.
Somebody-
Teams gonna go shopping in Chicago on the
Yeah,
deadline.
they
You need a
definitely
guard,
have to be
call up
uploaded.
the Bulls.
There's no way they're done,
They
real
got
talk.
some.
But
They got
apparently
some.
Kobe
no
White
way
and
they're
Ayo are
done.
gone. Apparently Kobe and Ayo are
Yeah.
gone. Like it's just a matter of time, yeah.
There's no way
The
they're
only
done.
guard I'd be trying to keep probably is Josh Giddey. Everyone else is available for me.
I can get with that. Yep. I can definitely
What about
get with that.
Jaden too? Because
I've
pretty sure they
never
can
been
flip
as high.
him.
I've never been as high on Jaden Ivey as
I
you.
was.
Yeah, you don't know
I-
ball, so it's fine.
I like
Yeah,
Jaden
yeah,
in
yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not-
lie. I think this
I'm
is
not
gonna
saying
go,
he'll be
man.
bad. I'm just like when the Pistons traded him, I was like, I would have traded him last year. So okay, cool.
So
Let me
Sumo
actually-
is probably somebody that's on a lot of people's radar. I don't know if they'll finally make that move because teams have been inquiring about him for some time
He
now.
should-
Swiper
shooting
loves
the
him
hell
in
out of
Denver,
Bulls.
by the
I don't
way.
mind Anthony Simons
Swiper
though
been
either,
talking
to
about
be
him in
honest.
Denver for 2 years.
Oh yeah, they got Anthony Simons now. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let me put this first trade on the screen so those who don't know can be informed. The Bulls made a couple moves yesterday.
Yep.
This is the first move that they made. You can see it was a 3-team trade between the Pistons, Bulls, and Wolves. The Pistons got Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and I've heard it's a second-round pick, but I've also heard it's a first-round swap. So I'm not exactly sure, but I know they got draft capital from Minnesota. So the pick comes from Minnesota. Obviously, Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, that's from the Bulls. And what the Bulls ended up getting was Mike Conley from the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got Jaden Ivey from the Detroit Pistons. Both of them are on expiring contracts. We're hearing that Mike Conley can either be bought out or obviously
They're gonna
he
do
would
that.
just be over there just to the rest of the year and they'll be able to free up that cap space.
They're gonna end up cutting.
Do
it.
y'all remember how good Dario used to be?
Before he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dario.
When he
was
tears
so
ACL in
nasty.
Phoenix, right?
Really?
Like 20,
Yeah, that was that
21?
20,
Philly?
that 21, right before they played Milwaukee. in
Yeah.
the,
I didn't even know he was still in the league. I'd be lying if I said I did.
I liked him
I
in
did not know
Philly.
he was
I
still
liked
in the league.
He,
him in
yeah,
Philly, yeah.
shout out to him and King's legend.
Yeah.
I think this is a good trade for the Bulls. Jaden Ivey being a good buy low candidate because obviously there's still like upside. Like he's really fast, can get to the rim, shooting a 3 at a bad clip like the last 2 years. It's a good buy low candidate. You haven't really given up much to see what he can be. Mike Conley, yeah, they're gonna buy him out or whatever. Like he's not staying there. But I think that's a good trade for the Bulls. And then I think for the Pistons, getting Kevin Huerter, who hasn't shot the 3 well in recent years, but like his all-around game is actually like not too bad. I think they're trying to recreate the Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway thing they had
That's what I was about.
with Duncan Robinson and Kevin Huerter. And I think they've probably taken a hit in terms of the actual shooting ability, but they've probably improved in terms of the all-around game, like the passing, inside the arc stuff, decision making, which is useful for other people next to Cade. So I think it makes sense for the Pistons, and then for the Wolves, clearing money for whatever moves they're trying to make which is fine because Mike Conley's been nothing short of just bad for them on
Yeah.
the court.
Oh,
I don't know what he was doing. Is
done.
like
Yeah,
leading
he's done.
that stuff, but on the court, he's just been bad. It's just been.
It's trying to hang him up, Mike.
He
had a
is.
good.
I think this is his last year. I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is his last year.
He had a
Come
great
on, man.
run.
A real
A
talk.
championship contender, man. Go bring in Mike Conley.
If they can
So if
find
you
a deal
got-
for Mike Conley, there's no reason why they can't find a deal for your man Gabe Vincent, man.
That's not the same thing.
That is not the
That's
same.
not-
Oh,
Yeah,
it definitely is. Oh, it definitely
Mike
is.
Conley,
That guy's
unfortunately, is
he's
better
making
than
11
Gabe.
million.
At least Mike
Fine.
Conley can bring locker room intangibles.
Damien, when I
Gabe-
saw that video that
do
you,
that
Damien,
now,
when I
okay.
saw that video that you made,
David,
when
Gabe
I saw
sucks,
that
bro.
Gabe Vincent
I
passed
don't
the
know,
pass, I wanted to
know,
snatch him
man.
out the screen. I wanted to snatch him out the screen to get him off the floor because he is killing me. Like, get him off the court. I have had it with this dude.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
god.
gotta
He's
go,
shooting
man.
32% from the field this year.
He
That man's
just
gotta go,
stinks,
man.
bro. Like him.
I didn't know it was this.
Dalton,
See, I don't box score watch Mike Conley, so I just watch the games and be like,
He got
this
11.
doesn't make sense. But
He
yeah,
just got that
32%,
11 million expiring,
Mike
man.
Conley and his Lonzo Ball arc, that's tough.
So
yeah,
Mark,
we gave Gabe. I'm pretty sure we gave him the MLE.
Oh my goodness. This is bullshit.
Hey,
So,
Gabe shooting better from the
That
field. I'm from 3 to Mike Conley. You better put some
Bro,
respect.
Gabe is not good.
He's shooting 37 from 3.
Look, I hope somebody wants Gabe. I truly do.
I'd
really
rather have Gabe than D'Lo.
no.
When's the last
I'd
time
rather
D'Lo
have
played?
Bronny.
No.
All right.
No, we're getting
Low
to the point
key.
where Bronny,
Hey, y'all been
Bronny might,
seeing Bronny at the end of
Bronny-
the
yeah,
year.
Bronny's averaging more than
Bronny might
Vincent.
actually be better than Gabe. Like we might be getting to that point.
Why is he
Ron,
not
you tried
playing
to
more?
tell him.
Ron said this a year ago. Ron said this
No,
a
he
year
was,
ago.
he was wrong a year ago. I don't care.
Nah.
Yeah,
Bronny might-
yeah, Bronny better now. Bronny better now.
But Bronny might be better today. Yeah, Bronny might. He might.
So you figure with the Bulls. So I got on the roster. I got Conley, DeSomo, Okoro, Josh Giddey, Ivy, Trey Jones. I'm just talking about
Kobe
backcourt
White
players.
still.
Anthony
Simons,
Simons, and
Kobe White. I
White.
got 8 guards.
8 guards.
Of those eight guards, to your point, Mars, Josh Giddey is the only one. So who else? So all of these other dudes are expendable.
I would probably keep Jaden Ivey. I'll probably keep Jaden Ivey.
Okay, so we keeping Jaden.
Everyone
Mike
knows.
Johnson
Everyone,
Jaden next to each other.
everyone else.
I
I'd be
love
willing to
that
let
duo.
go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with Anthony Simons too because I think Anthony Simons on the last year of his.
Yes, which is why
I'd be fine. They would probably be the 3 I keep. So Josh Giddey, Ivy, Anthony Simons would be the 3 guards I'd go with for the rest of the season. Everyone else I'd be willing to let go.
Well, the reason why the Celtics did this, contrary to popular belief, the reason why the Celtics did this for Vooch, because again, Anthony Simons is coming off the last year of his deal. They wasn't interested in paying him. They're getting Vooch off the books after this year too, and they're trying to open up some money. So for next season, they're gonna go shopping in the summertime. They're getting Jason Tatum back, so that's why I think that was a money move more than anything. And I actually like Vooch in this offense, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Stretch big that he is, Ron. I actually like him in the offense. Yes, I do.
Chill. What exactly
Boston
was the
has
trade?
It was
Right quick, real talk.
it was Anthony Simons, Anthony Simons for Vooch, and I want to say it was straight up. I think the deal was straight up. I don't think that there was another team involved in it. I don't think there were any picks involved in it neither. It looked like it was
a second or something.
a 2.
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
second round pick. I think a second round went to the
Yeah.
Bulls.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the Bulls are done, to be honest with you guys. I don't.
Oh,
With
they
the
can't be.
Oh, they
with the
definitely
8 guards on their roster, I don't think they're done. No, I think that
Yeah, they're not.
No.
That's where if you need a guard, Minnesota probably if they can't get Giannis, which apparently is what they're trying to do, they're calling up the Bulls for some guard, whoever that may be, whether that's Trey Jones, whether that's Kobe White, whoever that may be, they're calling up.
They can
trying to
use
get
any
guards.
of those guards over there.
I would like Trey Jones over there. I think Trey Jones competes on defense. He's a table setter, can get guys the ball.
Where at? What team?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Any better.
He doesn't shoot the
probably
3 particularly well, but I'd still prefer. Like I just feel like Kobe White is probably just more detrimental defensively.
Real
And
talk
Trey
sound like
Jones is more of a point guard.
real talk sound like my man, and I'm introducing him to this chick, and he like, chill. You can do better than that. Nah.
Yeah, no, yeah. They need.
I ain't saying she ain't
What
no-
point
no,
what point guards are really on the market though?
You can do better than that.
I know. I was begging for them to get Dennis. The Cavs went and got Dennis.
They're probably gonna
I
get
don't know.
Lonzo on the
They-
cheap. They want him, but
Mars
I
so
low-key
mean.
like the-
they
I low key like.
they
I'm
missed
not
on
gonna
doing
lie.
it. They-
Mars so
missed
I'll
on
take
doing it.
blame
That's
for
the problem.
Lonzo. I'll 100% take blame for Lonzo.
How was I meant to know he was going to shoot 26% from three?
Give me a break.
How was I meant to know that?
Floor. He killing us.
Like I'll take
It's
the
your
blame.
job to know.
Yeah, I'll take the blame.
They
because
missed
at the
on
end of the
Dillingham,
day,
man.
I was the one pushing the Lonzo propaganda.
You
I
sold
want to
me
make
on
it
him.
abundantly clear. Lonzo's still been really good on defense this year, and Lonzo
Yes, he
can still
has.
pass.
And a
But
passer too.
How was I meant to
He
foresee?
just can't shoot the ball. He
not
can't.
put the ball in?
But why doesn't Houston go get one of those guys?
Houston is
If
trying
I
to
was
get
Houston,
him.
I'd be
Houston's trying to get
calling for
Ayo,
a Trey
apparently, yeah.
Jones. I'd be calling for a Trey
Yeah.
Jones type player as well.
But
Ayo not
Kobe
the play,
White
though. They
too,
need
though.
somebody that can create for like. I don't know.
Chris
Why are
Paul's
teams
still out
not
there, so-
inquiring about Malik Monk?
Minnesota
I've heard
is.
Malik
Don't
Monk
think that
is-
Minnesota is not on the
yeah,
He's
tip
off
off.
I've heard
limits.
Malik
He's
Monk
off
is
limits.
Sacramento
Could you
he's
temperature.
on his way out the
relax?
door too.
Could you calm down?
Malik ain't been great this year from what I
That's because he over being in Sacramento, Mars.
Well, that's because he plays good with DeMontis. DeMontis and Malik play good together. DeMontis missed 30 games. You know what I'm saying? Like that duo, they really click together.
I'm just
To be honest, I don't know who I think on the Kings has been good this year. Actually,
Russ.
like now that I
has been
think
good.
about it, I don't
Russ.
think.
It's been Russ.
By the way,
Shout
the
out to
Clippers
Goat,
haven't
man. Shout out
to
technically
Goat.
waived Chris Paul yet either. Like they.
All
they
I
need
know
to
is
do
what
that.
I am here for, Damian. I am here for when Giannis gets moved to Minnesota. I'm trying to figure out how long it's going to take for Ron to cut mics when we have to listen to the fit between Giannis and Anthony Edwards. How long is Ron listening to that? That's what I want to wait for.
Hear it.
Mhm.
I do
Gonna
not
lie,
wanna hear it.
I
Giannis
can't
goes to
wait,
the
man.
Wolves. If Giannis goes to the
I can't
Wolves
wait.
and Jaden McDaniels and Rudy are still there,
Yeah,
They're winning the
we're
championship.
gonna have some
Yeah,
conversation.
that's what's going to happen. They're
But that-
winning the championship.
But they
I don't
they
think
want
Jaden's still
McDaniels
gonna
there.
be there though. Yeah.
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 I mean, you
McDaniels
can
there.
want something. Doesn't mean you're gonna get that thing.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Milwaukee. Hey, I
they
want you
shouldn't
to
give him
listen
up,
to
man.
me and listen
Like
to
obviously,
me
it's
play up.
Milwaukee's job to ask for Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not
yeah,
my
yeah.
job to give you Jaden
Mhm.
McDaniels.
What,
Yeah.
what does that hold the trade up? Do you
Yeah,
I
it
don't-
is a
I
on
don't
both
know.
ends? On both ends.
If
Do you
I'm
let
the
go of Giannis without
Wolves,
getting
if
Jaden?
I'm the Wolves, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. It's gonna sound weird because like Giannis is a top 3 player on the planet, 1000%. I'm not that. I'm keeping Jaden McDaniels on my team, not because
Right.
I'd rather have Jaden McDaniels than Giannis,
Yes,
but
I
because
agree.
if I'm getting Giannis, I want Jaden McDaniels on my team alongside Giannis.
Yeah.
And
So
if
me
I'm-
trading for Giannis to
Exactly.
not have Jaden McDaniels also on the team, like you get Julius Randle, Rob Dillingham, every pick I have,
Hate
Yeah.
Rudy
and
Julius.
whatever else makes money work. But I'm keeping Rudy. I'm keeping
Take
Jaden
Nas Reed
McDaniels.
ass too.
They really
No,
don't
it's
have
the
that
same
luxury.
argument with
Nas
Miami.
Reed is
Like,
gone.
I don't want to
That's
get
their problem.
Giannis
They really
and
don't
be
have
stuck
Nas
with
that.
Tyler
Reed,
Hero.
Julius
Like,
Randle,
it's not-
Rob Dillingham, whatever picks you want. But I'm keeping Jaden McDaniels. I'm keeping Rudy. I'm keeping Ant. Everyone else, yeah, whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, Mars. Are we because this is where it gets tricky with me, Ron. We might be a player away. Now, a player away does not mean a star. That does not mean that. Is Minnesota a star away or just a player away?
The star.
I mean, they're a star
Oh,
away from being the overwhelming favorites. I think. Like if they got Giannis, I think they're the overwhelming favorites in the league at that point. But they're a player away
Chill,
from
do you
being
mean
in
just
that
like an
upper
upgrade over Randall?
Yes. Like, because
Right.
I actually like what they're doing. I mean, I think this is what I think they're a 4 or 5 seed in the West, but is a 4 or 5 seed in the West going to be enough? I mean, we've seen what happened with Minnesota when they get favorable matchups. They can get you. They'll end up in the West Finals, but then they'll run into Oklahoma City or somebody like that and get steamrolled. That's what's going to ultimately happen. They're going to end up.
To me, they need a bit more star power. Yeah. To me, they need a little bit more star power. But I agree with Mars. I wouldn't empty all your assets and leave and not have Jaden McDaniels to team up with Giannis. Similar to how with Miami, I don't want to give up everyone and then have Giannis and like Tyler Hero left. Like you need Giannis as a guy that's trying to put you over the top. You know what I mean? So I agree, man. It should hold up the trade, but it sounds weird because we're talking about Giannis and Jaden McDaniels, but there's no point trading for him if you can't pair them together. That's the whole point.
I need Milwaukee to hear me and hear me well. You are Milwaukee, okay? You're not running anything over here. We tell you what you're going to get, okay? You're Milwaukee. You need to be used to being mid and mediocre. Take Julius Randle. We'll even maybe throw in a Nas Reed for you. We don't have many picks. Sorry. We'll throw in a Rob Dillingham. There goes your future young star. Okay? And you give us Giannis. We're not giving you Jaden. We're not doing that. Why would you want Jaden, who's a complimentary piece, and you have no player for him to compliment. Okay, so just leave Jaden alone. You get Julius, maybe get Nas, you get Rob, give us Giannis. Good business.
Nas
You're
gotta be in the
Milwaukee, commit to being mid, be a playoff team, get your playoff money, owner. Now I'm talking business, okay? Get your playoff money, be a first round exit, and be happy about that. You're Milwaukee. It's fine. Every team isn't supposed to be a championship contender. Every city's not trying to win a championship.
And this is Minnesota talking like this?
Yeah, this is
Minnesota
No.
talking like
No,
this.
this is the Los
You're a
Angeles
real
Lakers
Lakers fan
talking
right
like
now.
this.
You're a real
This
Lakers
is
fan.
the Lakers, not the Wolves.
This is
Like, who
he's
do you
think
talking
is
talking about some
Minneapolis?
respect the hierarchy. Like,
Like,
We have
who
Ant.
do you
We
think
have
you
Ant.
are, Minneapolis? What?
Yeah, we have Ant.
All right, y'all. Well, we got a lot of super chats, so we're gonna go ahead and pivot to those. Salute to everybody that's in here. Like, comment, subscribe, become a member, all of that good stuff. Salute to everybody that's watching on Twitter. If you guys don't follow us on TikTok, follow us there. Follow us on IG. Follow us across all platforms. Let's dive in. The first super chat that I got is from Kai's World 3. Kai said Garland in his last 15 games. 22 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists on 50, 42, 85 splits per 75. Everyone talking about the Cavs, but the Clippers got a 25-year-old top 10 point guard who can seamlessly slide into Harden's role. They can still push for a 6 seed.
he needs to play.
How about that for an idea?
He needs to
does
play.
Yeah,
But if he does play, yeah, I like Garland. I think Garland's really good. I'm not. He's not James Harden, but like I do think he's really good. So there's that.
Yeah, nobody doubts his ability. You know,
I think
Well,
Quick
I
D'Lo
mean-
is disgusting slander, but
you know how good D'Angelo Russell would.
yeah,
be if he was
but
quick?
do you know how good I think Darius Garland is?
But I'm saying, do you know how good D'Lo would be if he was quick? Just as good as Darius Garland.
He would just be a fast,
As-
he would be a fast bum.
Nah, D'Lo got the skill. He just ain't got no. He can't create space to save his life. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
But
is so
I like Garland. I just like his passing ability, downhill pressure, the flow to the touch, the skill, the handle. Like, I like Garland a lot. I think he could be cool for the Clippers.
So since he bringing up numbers, so James Harden in his last 15 games, 25-9, 16-10, 19-8, 18-10, 24-6, 36-9, 31-10, 22-8, 32-10, 19-7, 31-6, 23-9, 18-12, 20-7, 21-5, 28-7. Sounds pretty good to me. Since we bringing up numbers, since we bringing up numbers, and I can appreciate. I know where he's going with this. Like the Clippers is getting a bum. No, they're not. They're getting a really good player, but the Cavs are getting the better player. That's 100% going on. They're getting the better player.
All right, Dub ball out
for the 6th
highlights.
seed, by the way.
Say that one more time,
With
Debbie.
Garland. Do you guys think they can still push for the 6th seed with Garland if he
No,
plays and he's healthy?
7 games back, right? That's what they are. It's unlikely.
No, it's done.
No,
I think
actually,
the best they'll probably get to is 8. I think the best they could probably get to is 8.
wait a minute, Damian. Wait a minute. Actually,
Uh-oh.
moving James Harden shouldn't be a problem because they have the MVP on their team.
Go ahead and push your agenda.
They have the MVP of the league on their team, according to some. So if it's been Kawhi Leonard the whole time leading the Clippers, let's see. It's your time to show and prove.
Who did you hear say Kawhi?
It's your time to show and prove.
That person needs to be held accountable. Who said that Kawhi Leonard should be the MVP?
You said he should be higher on the list.
Let's hold. Who said he should be the MVP? Chill. Let's hold that.
You didn't
person
say that.
accountable.
You said he should be higher on the list than he is. That's what you said.
Well, I know Real Talk's not talking about me. I wouldn't. I know he doesn't. He wouldn't talk about me. I'm just curious to know who said that because we have to hold that person accountable.
Huh?
it was definitely Oxford. You know what I'm saying? He said something of the
It
sort.
definitely
He said
was
something
not.
of the sort. You know what I'm saying?
I said that. I
Something
said that
of
he
the
has
sort.
the same. I said he has the same case as Nikola Jokic. I don't think Nikola Jokic should be in the top 3 MVP conversation. So I don't think Kawhi should either. My thing is this though.
Hey, Ox, stop
'cause it's
letting
funny,
your
'cause-
facts get in the way of my feelings. I don't appreciate that.
Let's stop this right now.
Exactly.
Knock it off, Ox. Who you think you are?
I do want to talk to you about one thing though, real talk, because it's crazy to me how James Harden has been carrying this team for 2 seasons, right? But when Kawhi Leonard is out, this team is what, 5-21. But last year apparently it was James Harden that was carrying his team. I think you should put a little bit more respect on Norman Powell's name. That's all I'm saying.
Here we go with the Norman Powell shit again.
Wait.
Because
Here we go.
Put a little bit more respect on Norman Powell. Because last year Norman Powell was averaging 25 points. And y'all, it was just James Harden. But when Kawhi goes out,
Should have
this
been an
team
all-star
is
last year,
James Harden couldn't do shit. They were the worst team in the NBA until Kawhi came through and put this team on his back. Just remember that, real talk. Remember that.
Or maybe it was because James Harden was playing with niggas like Chris Paul in 2026.
So wait a second. So now,
hip Bill. And players like that, the people weren't good. You know what I'm saying? Darren Jones Jr. got hurt.
all I'm saying is put some respect on Norman Powell. That's all I'm saying.
No, respect to Norman. You know what I'm saying? Norman did his thing last year. I definitely don't want to take away credit from him. I'm just saying that James Harden was the offensive engine for that team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ate off James Harden. Zubac ate off James Harden. Norman ate off James Harden. And it's very interesting how you use the record for the Clippers this year without Kawhi and not last year when they made
because I want to point out the difference is Norman Powell.
Or what if the difference is also like DJJ being good, Zubac being better?
It's Norman Powell.
Okay. No, absolutely.
I also do want to say, like, I think the Clippers are going to continue to roll. They might not win at the same rate that they've been winning at over the last 18, 20 games, because that's crazy. It's crazy to keep that up. But I do think the Clippers continue to be a winning team, and I'm excited to see how they look, and I'm excited to see what they look like come playoff time.
Ron, it's April the 12th. The regular season is over. Where are the Clippers at in the standings?
I think they jump Golden State. I do think they jump Golden State. So I think they get to that 8th seed. I also do. They're the best team in the play-in. The Clippers are still better than. I still got them better than the Suns. I got them better than the Warriors. I got them better than the Blazers. So like they're the best team in the play-in.
They ain't better than the Suns, man. Be humble.
I don't think so.
They ain't better than us.
I do not think they're better than Phoenix. I'm sorry.
That'll be interesting.
I don't.
Yeah,
and I can tell you right now,
and we're not even in the play-in. We the 6th seed, so be humble.
Speaking of
so
playing,
the Lakers are the 7th seed now?
No, the Wolves.
The Wolves.
Oh, the Wolves. That's right.
It was literally the 4th seed a week ago.
There's levels.
It was literally the 4th seed a week ago. 1 week ago.
Just wait till JG and D Book come back. We climbing up.
Ron, I watched that Philly Warriors game yesterday. The Warriors looked like the chick at 2:30 in the morning after she came out the club with her hair all over the place, and one of the heels on her shoe was broken. That's what they look like.
You just watched the offense led by DeAnthony Melton. I don't know what you're
garbage. Trash.
They look
oh
bad,
my
Julius.
goodness.
But this the thing though, Mars. This the thing though, Mars. The Lakers, the Suns, and Minnesota are all 9 games back. So it's tight right there. That 5, 6, 7 is really
for
tight.
sure.
That goes either way.
Well,
I swear to God, I hate this nigga James Harden so much right now. And he went to go and talk about I didn't request the trade.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did. Man, we gonna tell you. Hey, he said he didn't request the trade. He didn't request the trade.
Exactly.
He did.
Yeah, find somebody else to blame now.
It's the same. It's the same shit.
Kawhi got 22
no.
points.
It's the same. It's the same shit with this dude every time, always. Kawhi done put you on his back, brought your value back up, and you dip out. Suck ass nigga, man.
Kawhi put Harden on his back.
Threw him on his back. Real talk. Yes, he did.
Yes, real talk. Absolutely.
Real talk.
You know what?
Put
Shit,
that-
I'm not
put
even.
that
I'm not
heavy-ass
even going to
beard-
entertain
he
this
put that-
foolishness.
he
I'm
put-
not
he
even going to
put that-
entertain
I'm
it.
just
Boy,
bullshit.
put
You
that
know you
heavy ass
lying.
beard
I'm
on
just
his back. Shoulder pressing that heavy ass beard. Got his value back up, and you want to run around talking about, oh, I wanted the Clippers to get a good rebuild. I wanted them to get some draft capital. They got 1 second-round pick. What are you talking about?
This James Harden, if Lawrence Frank puts that $80 million 2-year deal in front of James Harden, he's in Los Angeles. He ain't going
Oh,
nowhere.
absolutely. Yeah.
He's not going
Mhm.
anywhere. Let's cut the nonsense right now about I wanted to see them do better. No, you didn't. You wanted to get paid, and the Clippers wasn't paying. That's what that was.
All right.
Period.
All right, fellas. We got a lot of super chats, so we
Let's
got to
do it.
start moving through these.
Let's do it.
Dub Ball Out Highlight said, so chill. If you're off Cleveland now, who do you got coming out the East? And please explain why it's Boston. Also, if you were GMs, who would you rather be on your team, and who would be the worst GM on the panel? Good question. But before we get to those, chill.
Mhm. So the team that I have coming out of the East now, I think Detroit's brand of basketball is a winning brand of basketball. I am worried about Cade Cunningham, but I think that their brand of basketball wins.
So you got Detroit coming out the East.
Them or
Cade
I
don't
don't
want
think
to.
so. Say it.
I don't
Say
think Toronto is big enough. Nope, I don't think Toronto is big enough. I just think that the Knicks could
Chill.
be
Explain
exploited.
why it's Boston. Did you read the super chat?
Explain why it's Boston. Oh,
Yes, explain why.
The same reason it's not Boston is the same reason it's not Cleveland. But like,
I can explain why
it
it's
can't
not
be Boston because if they win without Jason Tatum,
Oh, hey, I'm here.
but it can't be
I tell
Cleveland
you what,
because
like,
if
you
James
know,
Harden
they're
wins.
trolling, to be honest with you, I'm here for that. To see the Celtics in the NBA championship without Jason Tatum, 100%, but why it's
Chill,
not,
you are not here for that. You don't have to lie.
I
know
am
you're not.
100% here for that.
You
Hell
gonna
yeah.
come in here every day arguing why Jason Tatum is making
No, in fact, not only am I not going to do that, I'm going to come in here every day talking about why Jalen Brown should be the league MVP and why he a top 5 player in the league, like I did with Jimmy Butler in
You're
2022
gonna jump
when
off
he
a
took
cliff.
that team.
That's what
When he-
Chill,
when he
you
took
know,
that
you
team.
know,
That
you know.
just
Swiper,
sounds like a nonsensical
Swiper would
clip to
never.
jump
That's what
on,
I'm doing.
I guess.
Swiper would never, ever let you breathe if Jalen Brown gets another Larry Bird award.
Yes, sir. As he shouldn't, because it's official. It's 100. But yeah, Ron, to answer the question, I don't think it's Boston because the stuff that they replaced Porzingis and Horford and Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday with, I think that when we get to the playoffs, it's going to be a lot trickier than it is right now. I think that they can be exploited. I understand that the system works, but at some point, the X's and O's go out the window, especially when you get to the playoffs and you just got to play, and I need buckets. And I don't think that they have the personnel to consistently do that when we get deeper into the playoffs, when we go against the better teams.
Yeah,
All right,
but
Dub
I
Ball
will
Out also
say,
asked,
because Boston been a top 3 offense in the league so far, and Adam Vucevic, I wouldn't be surprised if Boston, like post All-Star break, has the best offense in the league with the addition of him, because they can go back to some of their 5-out principles and stuff like that they haven't been able to run with, like Kada. So yeah,
I think Missoula's the coach of the year. I think he's done a fantastic job.
I do as well, actually. Yeah.
Fuck Jordan, no, I guess.
Right
Yeah,
there.
cool.
So the Ball Out also asked if y'all were GMs, who will be on your team or who will be your team? Yeah, Ball Out. We don't have time to do a whole draft and do all of that good stuff, but we can answer this last question though. Who would be the worst GM on the panel?
Probably me, because I'm building my team around the big man, and that is so like 1986, and that's just not conducive to the. I'm going off of fit. I'm not going off the best player. So you guys would probably roast me for that. Like, I'm going to get a big guy, and then I'm going to go get a distributor, and then I'm going to go get a super dope wing, and then I'm going to go get a sharpshooter, and then I'm going to go get some rotation guys. And you're like,
Jazz. He drafted the 97 Jazz. That's what he's drafting the 97 Jazz. Okay.
so
Big man's coming back. Don't write that.
mhm.
Who
Definitely
knows? Maybe
between
All-Star
Ron and
weekend.
Ox will be the worst. One of them will be the worst. Ox, because he'll have his number 1 overall pick be Kawhi. Oh, dog. Let me get Kawhi later.
Are you not watching basketball, real talk?
No, I am watching basketball.
Even you know Kawhi can't give
So it'd
you
be Sabonis,
65
it'd be
games.
Sabonis, Kawhi.
Yeah, Sabonis
Malik,
the next pick.
Jaylen Brown.
As long as I get Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, OG, if I get 2 of those 3, y'all are cooked.
Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, and OG on the same crew? What?
Y'all not
And then
y'all don't got
TJ
the thing
McConnell
is,
gonna be a
y'all
point
don't
guard, right?
y'all don't got enough sense to pick them, so I'm gonna get them. And y'all
And then
asses
you
good.
gonna
No,
you
we
gonna
actually
have
got
TJ
enough
you gonna
sense
have
not
TJ
to pick
McConnell
all
at the
3 of
one,
them.
you gonna
That's
have
what we
TJ
got.
McConnell at the one for
See,
sure.
chill. That's why you the worst GM.
We got enough sense not to pick all 3 of them dudes. No.
Shit, I'm not gonna lie. I like Jaylen Brown, OG, and Kawhi.
No, I love that. I just don't like it as much as
You,
Giannis.
you like them? You like them 3 with TJ McConnell and
know.
Brad Miller at the 5?
Brad
I like
Miller.
TJ
Why would I,
McConnell.
Brad? What?
Brad Miller. I like TJ McConnell. I think TJ McConnell nice. He decent. He no Gillespie, but he decent.
But yeah, who knows, man? PC weekend, LA, All-Star weekend. We might end up doing that. When we're all in the room, we might just, go ahead and really see who's the best.
I ain't gonna
GM.
be in the room long with you, just so you know that. Just so we clear on that.
Maybe during PC weekend, Portland, we might do this then. We might draft during the show and just see who's the best GM. Or maybe me and Chill in the boxing. You never know what you're
Ain't no
gonna
maybe
get when the
about it.
panel
It's
is
on.
live.
Cracking.
But,
It's not no maybe.
Hey, you just got to pull up and see. However, the next super chat is from Jordan Reed. Jordan said, read a report, there's a potential 3-team trade between the Raptors, Grizzlies, and Kings, which may possibly move Ja and Sabonis.
Well, the Raptors also are in active talks with Dallas about Anthony Davis. That's going on right now.
I did see that.
Yeah, that is going on. So I don't understand
Looks
what
like the
Dallas is
Raptors trying to
doing.
upgrade.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I don't understand what Dallas is doing is because I still feel like Dallas is stuck on, like, Luka's not coming back. He's not. So there's no way to fix this. No,
Have
he
you
isn't.
seen that Great White Hope?
No. There's no way to fix this.
Yeah, boy, Cooper Flag been hooping, man.
Yes, he has been.
That man, Coop.
He
Ooh,
hooping, man.
Chill. Them people in
We'll
Dallas
be talking
forgot all about
crazy about Coop as well.
Yeah,
man.
they
They
forgot
like,
about
yeah,
him.
I don't even
He
think
is
that.
making it
I don't even
easier.
think. Yeah, I don't even think the Dalasians are thinking about Luka Doncic no more. Like they,
Yeah, they don't forgot. They're like, Luka
That
who?
boy hooping.
Yeah, that stadium's still
Luka
empty, though.
what?
Hey,
like that man, Coop, he going crazy.
yeah.
Hey, the way he playing right now, it might Kyrie and AD. By this time tomorrow, I'd heavily be considering it. Let's just go
I
ahead
mean,
and
in
get
my
some
opinion, that's definitely what they should be
That
doing.
man averaging 40 over the last 3 games.
boy.
And by the way, I just got out of high school last year, Mars. Like, technically,
Hey,
I reclassified.
Chill. So I know it's only like a week later, but does it sound a little better when I said that I believe he could be a 30-point per game scorer?
You did say
Oh my
that.
god.
You did say that.
Does it sound a little? Does it look a little better?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
For a 19-year-old, this is ridiculous. Hey, we don't got time to get into it. We got super chats, y'all. The next one is from Bandit Huncho. Bandit said, or Huncho said, what an idiotic old man. Harden is actually going to be on the floor, not injured like Garland during the offs.
Nobody said that he wasn't going to be on the floor, idiot. Nobody said that he wasn't going to be playing, imbecile. Nobody said that he wasn't going to be productive, goofball. None of those things were going on.
And
Just
that's
when
why
it
your
matters the
homeboys
most,
call
he
you
won't be
Luncho.
That's exactly why, Ox. Not sort of, kind of. That's exactly why.
Oh, man.
Damn it, Luncho. The next super chat is from the GM Architect. The GM Architect said, as the number one, my GM in NBA 2K, I approve of Utah's trade. 3 to 5 years with extra picks. This team will be one of the best young teams on the rise.
Isn't that what they were in 2022? Isn't that what they were
James
considered?
Bomb? Where'd he
James
go?
Bomb.
Where'd he
Hold
go?
on,
Where'd he go?
everyone.
Where'd he
Hold on,
go?
everyone.
Uh-oh.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Oh!
Breaking news.
Whoa.
The
AD to
Dallas-
Washington.
The-
AD to Washington.
Come on,
Yes,
Ron. Hit us
breaking
with the
news.
Hey.
details,
Dallas
Ron.
Mavericks are trading.
Let us get the details, Ron. Come on.
Holy cow.
Go ahead, Real Talk.
The Dallas
got it?
Mavericks are trading 10-time NBA All-Star Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Washington Wizards for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Brenham, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, and 3 second-rounders. Sources tell ESPN. So Dallas is officially
picks, yeah.
activating.
They seen Coop. They seen Coop. They're like, hey, we get him Jaren, we get him AJ. Hey,
Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about it too. It's
What did I
activate
just
the
say
case.
5 minutes ago? Maybe not even that. Hey, Cooper Flag.
Damn. Dallas and
You the truth.
80 in Washington is crazy. What the hell?
I'm not gonna
Trae
lie.
Young?
If they could have done this in Atlanta, Trey and AD
telling you.
in Atlanta with Jalen Johnson, shit, they would have been good. They would have been right
I know
there.
they should have done that, man. I know, 100%.
I'm not gonna lie. For next year, not this year. AD not playing the rest of this year. But Trey, Keyshawn George,
Yep.
Anthony Davis,
Huh?
whatever pick they get this year, Trey
Alex, don't
Johnson?
forget Sar.
Alex Saul.
Sar and AD front court.
Don't talk
Nah,
yourself.
I'm
into
saying,
it.
like,
Don't talk yourself.
I'm
into it.
gonna be honest. We got Trey Young, Trey Johnson,
Yep.
Keyshawn George, Alex Saw, AD.
That's
Then-
solid.
That's a playoff team.
Get it.
That's
a
That's
playoff
team.
team.
right there.
That's a
Potential
playoff
top five
team.
pick. Potential
He's a
top 5
player.
pick this offseason too.
That's a playoff team.
That's a decent
Yeah,
team.
that's a decent team right there.
I'm
That's,
gonna be
that's
honest.
a good
If
basketball
solid
team.
line-
Alex Saw and
lineup.
AD can't insulate
No,
Trey Young on
no.
defense, no one can. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, if you can't be protected on defense and you have Alex Saw and AD behind you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And
Then
D'Lo's
it's
gonna go
yes.
crazy in Washington.
D'Lo ain't gonna do shit nowhere.
I was waiting for
I also want you guys to acknowledge that AD's trade value is
Don't get me
salary
started
dumps
on
and 2
D'Lo,
picks.
Damian. Please don't.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
man.
also
It's a perfect
So
time.
all this Ja
Time for
Morant can
D'Lo
get you
to
at least
trade.
1 pick. AD got salary dump and 2 first rounders.
So now essentially Luka Doncic has been traded for Chris Middleton.
There's some-
Hey, let me read the list again. I just want to make sure. Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III. So salute.
Dallas is
Salute.
receiving a 2026 Thunder first round pick and a 2030 protected Warriors first round pick in this
Did he
deal
just
from
say a
Washington.
Thunder pick?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. See, I'm meant to care about one of those first rounders. You give me an OKC pick, I guess.
Hey, I mean, if you think about it though, real talk. So Luka basically got traded for the guy that we took over him in the draft. They got Marvin Bagley.
Marvin Bagley.
Hey,
It
somebody
all
got it
comes
right.
full circle, huh?
Well, it's obvious
It all
that
comes full circle.
it's obvious that the
Oh,
Dallas
damn.
Mavericks
Good
are moving
job,
forward.
Nico.
They pulled the
Good
plug
job.
on this. They said that this AD for Luka thing, it was bad. It did not work out, and we failed. So let's fail fast. Let's see what we can get in terms of assets. They got 2 1s for them, and they're moving forward. Absolutely. So this is where we are. Incredible. Yeah. It's unfortunate because I didn't really get to see what the group
AD
would have
gonna
looked
have
like.
to go into his introductory meeting with Washington acting like he happy to be there.
Exactly.
I always love that part where,
So Kyrie's next.
you know,
Kyrie's next.
Oh,
and
we got
Damon
good.
Najee
Which he
Martin.
should, by the
You know,
way, 'cause
I'm
this team isn't
excited for the
bad.
future.
This
He
team
gotta
is
sit
not
there,
bad,
hold,
yo.
he gotta sit there, hold that dumbass jersey. Oh man, I'm so excited to put on the red, blue, and white, man. You know what I'm saying? So happy to represent my country in Washington, D.C., man.
So what does this
Salute.
look? What does this look like for Kyrie then? I wonder where he's going.
That's what I'm thinking. It's Kyrie.
But to be fair, you got options. You can either move Kyrie, or you can just say Kyrie don't come back this year, and we'll have Kyrie, our pick, and Coop as like our future.
Yeah.
Like you got
Right.
options. Depends on what people offer you for Kyrie.
I still, honestly,
The Mavericks
I
have their
still
pick.
just wish that I could have
Do
seen
they own their
that.
pick?
Though.
This is the last year they have that pick.
This could turn into
Hey, what a
something, yo.
coincidence.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey,
Adam Silver, make the
Silver.
call again.
Uh-oh.
Adam Silver, make the call again. Come
Uh-oh.
on, make the call again. Make the call again.
If they get a top 4, top 5 pick,
Let's just say that they get the number 1 pick back-to-back years. Who would you guys like to
That'd be
see teamed up with Coop?
Ryan, they can't do that, bro.
I mean,
No, but
obviously,
I'm saying,
Darren
let's just-
Peterson.
we,
bro.
hey, Ox, we could
Darren
talk, we
Peterson.
could dream, we could jump the hypothetical land. Who would you guys like to see teamed up with Cooper?
I would
Flag?
draft Darren if I was.
Yeah,
Darren.
Darren
for
Peterson.
sure.
Really over Cam?
Oh,
Because
God,
you
yeah.
like Cam more.
Oh, I prefer Cam. I think Cam's a better player, but for Dallas, I would draft Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson and Cam are 1A, 1B to me. It would really just be down to fit. Like what
Yeah,
roster?
okay.
Like it's not you're not losing much to me. But I would draft Darren next to Coop.
So like I told y'all yesterday, I don't care who has the number 1 pick. I'm taking Cam Boozer. I don't care who it is.
Bro, you got the Duke boys back together?
Who Cam and Cooper be nasty?
But see, in a sense like that, you got to keep Kyrie.
I think Dallas get the 5th pick. They draft Kingston Flemings. Like, that's their point guard right there. Like, they don't even need the top 3-4 pick. Like, they could.
Right.
There's so many point guards in this draft. They get any good point guard, they're gonna be in a good spot.
I'm not understanding any logic really to keeping Kyrie Irving at this point on the roster.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
No,
I just think it's time
Well,
to
what can you get? What can you get for him though?
Yeah, if no one's offering you anything of value,
Everyone has to go.
Not yet.
Everyone has to go.
Not yet.
Yeah, but you
has
can
to
trade him in the
lively.
offseason. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no urgency.
Oh no, I'm not saying he has to be traded right now. I'm saying for me, there's
okay.
no reason that he should be on this roster for the start of next season. Like to me, to me, I don't.
Him,
I
Klay
wouldn't
Thompson,
do- make it.
Gafford,
Clay,
PJ Washington,
same, yeah.
Marshall. Everyone's got to go, man.
Hey, this trade deadline starting to kind of go up a little bit. Shit, y'all better see.
Hey, we
It's
still
usually
got
like this,
24 hours to
to
I'll
be
get
honest
me
with
started
you,
now.
this is usually what it. This
Man,
is
where's
usually what
Rachel
it is.
Nichols when you need her?
This is usually what it is. Like the trade
She ain't
deadline.
never
Like
been
I
there
don't
for
think
me.
there's much that's gonna happen tomorrow. I think that this is kind of what it is. Like the days before. So.
Oh, don't forget too. Derek Lively's still on the team. He just hurt. He'll
Yes,
be
he
back.
is.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, he
yeah,
will.
yeah.
So you
Another
know what?
good boy.
Probably will get Darren Peterson.
I mean,
I
Cam can play the
reckon,
4
yeah.
though.
He's gonna play
Yeah,
before, but
still though.
I mean,
There's gonna be like a flurry of trades
I like
on the
that.
show
Jimmy
tomorrow.
Butler's house.
Yep.
Y'all are sick, man.
Because I still
They
got.
can't go
I
wrong
think
either way.
Giannis is still getting moved before the deadline. So I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
the
you
big-
like
The Bulls are gonna
you
make some
believe
big
he's
moves,
like
yeah.
Giannis is gonna be moved
Yeah, I think
tomorrow?
Giannis is getting moved. I don't think Giannis is
Hey,
staying
if
in
if
Milwaukee.
Giannis gets moved, this is gonna be
He
one
is
of
not
the
getting moved.
most live trade deadlines we've seen in a while.
Nah.
bro.
If he was getting
Nah, we
moved, real
just seen
talk, I
Luka
think it
get
would have
traded
happened.
Yeah,
already.
we keep saying that every trade
We
deadline. I was
just
like,
seen
hey.
Luka get traded a year ago, man.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's
Luka got
one
traded.
trade.
At least with Giannis, it was like people could see the writing on the wall.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, okay, because of shock value, I understand what you're saying. But like Giannis is better than that Luka, so it's like,
Oh yeah.
you know, based on play.
But the deadline ends tomorrow exactly this time, I believe.
3 o'clock.
So
No, 1 more hour.
we're
One more
probably gonna
hour.
have a flurry of move. Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
So
you guys are
25
yeah.
hours.
Are we gonna do
Hey,
the
y'all
same
know
thing
what
we
that
did
means
last
tomorrow.
year at the deadline
Hey,
where
we-
we ended up going all the way until the deadline?
We're going
Is that
smooth
what
to
we're
that
gonna
deadline.
Mhm.
Oh, shit,
Say that
I
again,
can't
Mar?
tomorrow.
do? We.
Oh, y'all not gonna be.
No, I got.
Real talk, you gonna be here?
I actually
He's
gotta leave
speaking to
15
Alex
minutes
Sarr
early.
right there. We.
You not
French
you not
shit.
gonna jump on for the last hour?
Nigga talk about smell French, don't it?
Oh, I mean, you usually have, you usually schedule me M and W. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm inviting you to pull up.
okay. I mean, I'll check.
We'll
the
we'll talk in the
My
chat.
people-
already-
We're going
my
to
people-
Swiper-
people-
Swiper and Penn will be here tomorrow, all right?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I have something
You
going
got
on.
it.
What's wrong with
I
you?
don't think I'm gonna make
Got a
it.
dentist appointment?
Yeah, I got a dentist
Smell
appointment.
smell French, don't it?
As you were saying, Ron. As you were saying, Ron, because we got a bunch of these.
Oh, hold on, chill. Before we do move on, I do want to note something that Sham said in one of his tweets. He said Washington has now turned its previous Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma trades into Trae Young, Anthony Davis, and 5 pick swaps.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Washington have a new
That's
front
how you
office.
GM.
Like they've been doing that thing. Like they got a new front office. Like I think it was right after the Denny trade, or right. The Denny trade was the first thing that new front office did.
First,
Bad
yeah.
trade in my opinion. But like they definitely got new leadership over there. And I think they're doing fine. I think Trae and AD is interesting. I mean, we'll see if AD is healthy next year. We'll see. This is the definition of wait and see. I don't know. This is the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait and see. Like, I don't know what to say.
I am always happy though to see like when one of the bottom feeder teams like just starts playing well. You know what I'm saying? Like or at least tries to or shoots for it to be better. I'm enjoying what Charlotte's doing right now. I'm enjoying that they're winning games. I'm enjoying the young talent playing well. Now the difference for Washington is it be more so of the veteran ball, the veteran star power carrying their group than like the young talent. But even still, like to get Trae Young and AD kind of out of nowhere is Is an accomplishment for Washington.
I might be wrong, but wasn't part of the CBA that like if you're in the lottery like 4 straight years or something, your pick gets moved to the back of the first round or back of the lottery? Wasn't that like part of it?
It's
like
second apron.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking like maybe the Jazz and the Wizards were just making these moves so they weren't in the lottery for 4 straight years. Because like that's bad.
Yeah, because the Jazz
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow. I don't follow the CBA. Okay, it was the second apron. I don't follow the CBA that well. But I was thinking maybe that's part of it. Also,
I actually wouldn't be mad at that though, Mars. Like if you're in the lottery for 4 straight years, that 5th year you can't be in the lottery no more. Now move to the end of the first round is kind of nasty. What?
Maybe you should just get a lower. Maybe you should just get a low percentage. Maybe you should get a low.
Get your ass off your ass and go get a job. That's what you're gonna do.
Y'all some
hey, but the next year, that's just the 5th year. 6th year, you can get put back on welfare.
Look at MAGA.
This year, you just gonna starve though.
Hey, you gotta stop putting that on people in this climate. You tried to put that on me the other day. I'm trying to put that on you.
All right, y'all. Let's jump into these super chats. Whoopity Scoopity said, for OKC, since it's been said Chicago is listening to offers, should they go for Ayu Dosunmu?
They're gonna make a move. The Bulls are gonna make a move. They're not done yet.
They're definitely
should he go to OKC?
Okay, yeah, if you want shooting, Ayu is a good option if you want shooting. I'm more focused on like you need guys who going to just shoot a high volume. I don't know who that is, but like you need
some snipers out there.
Yeah, you need someone who's just gonna let it go every time. I actually don't know who those players are available, but that's what I'll be looking at.
Can any of y'all give me a satisfactory answer on why Orlando hasn't done anything? Why haven't we heard anything from them?
They've accepted their fate. They suck.
Should they go get
Suck
jobs?
is a strong.
It's a wait and
Should they
see
go get
game,
jobs,
chill.
son?
Unfortunately,
Orlando's what 500?
Yeah, they're the 8th spot. I think they're game over 500.
Yeah,
I
mean
25 and 24.
They haven't. I mean, France has been like. When's the last time France played? Like a quarter or so ago.
Yeah, he's been out recently.
He played January 22nd. What's that, about 2 weeks? And that's only 2 games after he came back. Like France has been in and out. I'm still not on the Paolo train. Anthony Black's been nice. Jalen Suggs is cool. Their bigs are just not bigging, in my opinion. Tyus Jones didn't even hit the more, and I only needed him to make 1 shot yesterday.
That's
so
right,
shout to him.
Right.
Shout to him.
Damn shame.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't as optimistic about Orlando as like some other people anyway. So, but I would have liked to see them healthy. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them healthy. Like, I'm not going to victory like, oh look, Orlando's not good. They ain't even been healthy. So, but
that's the same thing about the Mavericks though, Morris. I see what's going on. I see what's happening right now. But I really would have liked to see this team play together. I would have really liked to see AD, Kyrie, Coop all healthy. You know what I'm saying? Clay, PJ, Derek Lively. I would have loved to see this team play together.
We got another one, y'all. It looks as if the Philadelphia 76ers are trading Jaren McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, there's the shooting. There you go. There's the shooting.
Yeah.
Wow.
First,
you got
it. 3 seconds. Hey, that's the second time we did that on the panel today. We spoke about
there's
something,
the shooting, man.
and then it happened.
Exactly.
Right on cue.
they listen.
on this.
Right.
Jaren McCain just been picking up recently.
Yeah, he was just starting to hoop again for Philly.
Yeah, that's why they traded for him.
Oh, they get
can
so
see it.
so they get a
can see it right
2026 Rockets first round pick. So you know what that means? 23rd pick. Like I'm meant to care about. Like I guess cool.
And 3 second-round picks.
That's
Okay,
interesting
yeah.
for Philly. Like I would hope Philly is making a move if that's the case. Like I would hope. I feel like
Somebody just said it gets Philly out of the tax bracket. Hold on, let me see.
I thought they were just going to trade I thought they were going to trade Drummond to get out of the tax instead of Jared McCain. I'm gonna be honest, Jared McCain, a year after like having like a really good rookie year, but that got cut short, being traded basically to just duck a tax. That's tough.
That's
I'm gonna
crazy.
be honest. That's
Yeah,
tough.
that's crazy. Yeah.
At least he gets
We'll
to go to a
see.
good team.
I
though,
think he,
and-
I think he can play. I think he can play for OKC. He's smart. He's not a great defender, but he's smart. He knows where to be, and him and Isaiah Joe will definitely shoot the ball, like
Right.
definitely shoot the ball. So that absolutely helps. I think that's cool.
Shout out to Sam
Jeremy
Presti
McCain
for
fits-
recognizing that they needed to make a move and making one to address.
Yeah.
a
He helps
weakness
them, by
of
the
their
way.
weakness.
Yes, he
And
100% helps.
he's still on a rookie deal as
He fits
well.
in perfect.
Yes.
He fits in perfect with guys
Yeah.
like you said, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, what's the kid's name? The other one, AJ Mitchell, but then the other one too.
Williams, Kendrick Williams.
Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick.
So all those type of dudes that are just like scorers off the bench and stuff like that, and can fill it up. Like he I think he fits into that. So I think that was a solid move for Jaren McCain.
I gotta run, y'all.
You
I'll
guys
see you
maybe
tomorrow.
wanna
See
check.
Dame Dash.
All right,
Next
David.
time, brother.
you later.
Okay, so since we're 2 for 2, wouldn't it be funny if Giannis just went to the Suns? Wouldn't that just be funny?
What would be hilarious if Anthony Edwards end up in LA? That would be great.
And when you say LA, you mean the Clippers?
No. I'm
Like
talking about
Inglewood?
next to Luka. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota gets their point guard in Austin Reeves. Huh? Gets their point guard in Austin Reeves.
How about y'all? Why don't y'all start speaking Malik to the Clippers in existence? That's the only trade I'm accepting for Malik Monk is to the Clippers.
Malik Monk needs to go to the Rockets or Minnesota. One of those two teams. That's the team.
Y'all know if Giannis goes to Minnesota, y'all know how fast we're talking switch up on the Lakers?
Why would it be a switch up? They'll just be my
There
third
would
favorite
just
team
be
now.
no more Laker talk from you.
There will be Laker talk. I'm still going to talk about Luka and the Lakers and Austin.
You don't got the bandwidth to be able to do all of that. you don't got the bandwidth for that. you got.
I don't have the
gotta
capacity
pick
to
one,
do
bro.
that. I hear you. I hear you.
You got to pick.
Nah,
one, bro.
Minnesota.
No way.
You know, Giannis and Ant, they were Luka and Ant, my top two favorite players in the league. Giannis in the top 5. I mean, I am going to be rooting for Minnesota, no doubt, but not over the Lakers. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Okay.
Maybe
So
over the
if-
Rockets for a year, but
Yeah.
not over the Lakers.
1 year, that's it. So
Yeah,
get,
bro.
All right,
that's
fellas.
That's
Well,
the beauty of basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
The next super chat I got is from Brooklyn 94269. Brooklyn said the Rockets up double digits, game 6 and game 7, 2018, and choked both games.
James Harden didn't choke, is what I was saying. When you miss 27 straight threes, no one's arguing that the team didn't capitulate. I watched Trevor Ariza go 0 for 9. Or whatever he shot. I watched Gerald Green unable to make a shot. I watched that unfold. James Harden played well in the game. That might be the game I've watched the most in NBA history. Like on rewatch. Like I've watched that game so many times. And every time I come
you
away,
watch it, you hope
every time I come away from it with two things: mad as hell and saying James Harden played well. Like that game was a travesty. I'm sorry. That game was a travesty. Trevor Ariza was 0 for 12 from the field, 0 for 9 from 3. Had to look at the box.
garbage.
Gerald Green was 1 for 7. My fault, Gerald Green. You made a shot. My bad. But yeah, it was
shout out to 09 Ariza hitting 50% of his threes in that playoff run. Will never be forgotten in Laker land. Laker legend. Shout out to you.
The next super chat
Cleveland would
is
have beat their ass too. Go ahead, Ron.
from AR2 Money. AR2 Money said, Mars, cut it out. Harden is ringless, so it don't matter how many great games he had in the playoffs. He's known for being a playoff choker.
Ringless thing.
Well, I think it's undeniable that James Harden plays worse in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. I think that's an undeniable fact. I also think it's undeniable that James Harden has had more than a few closeout games which were terrible. And I just think it's a disservice when we act like, and I'm not saying anyone up here did that to protect myself. I think it's a disservice when we act like the rest of the series that led up to the closeout game doesn't matter. Like, if you get to a game 7, playing well in the game 6 to get you to a game 7 matters, in my opinion. And I think James Harden, like, his bad games are very poorly timed. But yeah, he's going to have bad games in series. But like I said with my soliloquy, when you shoot that many threes, yeah, you're going to have games where you go 2 for 11. That's just going to happen. And James Harden has that even during the regular season. Like, you'll find it. If you go through his regular season, his sample size, when he's averaging 36, he's going to have the bad shooting nights. It's just there's so many games throughout the season that it averages out to 36 on 44% shooting, whatever. because he also has the games where he's going to go 8 for 15 from 3. That happens over the course of a season. When you get into smaller sample size like playoff series, the one bad game will drag down your efficiency tremendously. The 2 bad games will drag down your efficiency tremendously. And that's the issue that comes with heavy variance players like a James Harden, like a Steph Curry to a lesser extent, like a Jason Tatum. And that wasn't me knocking. When I went through Steph Curry's games or I went through Jason Tatum's games, that wasn't me knocking them for having variance. Like, I'm saying that's part of the play style. That's the give or take with the play style. And when you get into smaller samples of games, that stuff becomes more detrimental on the averages, because shooting 7 for 24 in an 82 game season, yeah, you have more than enough games to make up for that and get the averages looking nice. 7 for 24 in a 6 game series, yeah, even if you shoot 45% the rest of the series, you end the series shooting 39%, just because that one bad game is that bad. And I think James Harden has definitely fell victim to that a few times, where you look through his game and say, oh, damn, 4 for 21. Yeah, that dragged down his averages the whole series. I'm not saying those games are acceptable. I'm just saying that's kind of just how it works.
All right, Morpheus Chewy, that's a hell of a name, said Mars, D. Mitch in the Indiana series had 38, 48, 43, 12, and 35. Sounds like a good partner.
All they need is James Harden to have 37 in the game D. Mitch had 12. That's what they need. Every other game, James Harden go out there and score 6 points.
Yeah, one thing he definitely has now is somebody that's gonna get busy in the playoffs. I don't be getting the D.
Mitch. Empty the clip regardless. So.
Yeah, I don't be getting the D. Mitch pushback, man. D. Mitch be hooping, bro.
All right, the Jonathan Frazier said in the NBA there are at least 450 players on a roster. Lonzo shoots a field goal percentage that ranks 460th in the NBA. Lock his ass in a shooting cage, dog. What the hell is going on?
I mean, he works on his jump shot. It has gotten better over the course of his career. He just couldn't shoot in Cleveland. That's the problem. He just couldn't make a shot consistently. He cannot consistently make a shot.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we got another one?
What?
Well, we have another update. But it's not.
Shay's out till after.
Shay is out.
How many games is that? Jalen Brown
reevaluated. He said reevaluated following the All-Star break.
Okay, the All-Star break is next week. Let's not act like the All-Star break is in a month.
Reevaluate. That doesn't mean that
reevaluating.
Okay, so reevaluate.
So I remember a conversation that we had.
I'm gonna be on. Hey, Jalen Brown, go get MVP, man.
No, I remember a conversation we had months ago, in which School Supplies was up here saying how we never know Cade can win MVP, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going all the way there with you. I said he can finish first team on NBA top 5 in MVP voting.
Man, that is
Mars
no way.
absolutely
All the candidates are just gonna keep dropping like flat.
Yeah, Mars just dismissed it. But now all of a sudden,
I remember that
Jokic potentially is gonna miss out on qualifying.
Wemby only got one more game that he can miss.
Wemby can only miss one more game.
One more game.
Shea now has to be reevaluated. Luka, he's missed some time. We'll see if he's still qualified. It's going to be a Cade Luka race this year for MVP.
Don't forget about Jalen Brown. How dare you?
Oh, yeah. Jalen Brown. Yeah. Salute, man.
Okay, well, Shea already has missed, I want to say 2 games. He's going to miss at least 5 more. That's 7. He should be safe.
He probably should be good.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
But if he's not,
yeah,
I will assure you this rule is changing. That's all I know. I will guarantee if Shea misses out, Jokic misses out, Wemby misses out, Giannis misses out, and if somehow Luka manages to miss out too, they will change the rules so fast.
Mars, they would, but it wouldn't change before Cade or Jalen Brown got their MVP.
Oh, for sure. And shout out to that MVP might have the biggest asterisk in NBA.
Yeah, that might be the worst MVP. Man. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad MVP. Gonna be a bad MVP.
All right, the next super chat, man. We getting a lot of bombs dropped on us today. It's been a good ass episode. If you in here, make sure you like the video. Also, if this is your first time watching the panel, we stream live Monday through Friday, right here on YouTube from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. You could catch us up here talking hoops, debating hoops, and it's a good time. Just know that it's a good stream. Kai's World sent through a super chat and said, "Am I the only one that thinks Garland is better than Harden? Harden is just the far less efficient scorer, and they are similar level playmakers."
You're the only one. You're the only one up here that thinks that Garland is better, because I don't think that. I can tell you that right now. I do not think that Garland is better than Harden. No, I don't think that.
Garland was definitely getting glazed to infinity and beyond last year. I do remember that. I do remember being up here. No, he was playing really well. Yeah, he was playing really well.
He wasn't better than James Harden last year, though, either.
That's more arguable for sure than right now.
Wasn't James Harden All-Pro last year?
He did make the All.
Yeah, but Darius Garland was.
Darius Garland was great last. Darius Garland last year was the best year of his career.
Darius Garland last year was 23-24 D-Lo, but quick.
If Shea is out for a month and a half with J-Dub being out,
a month and a half,
4 to 6 weeks, they talking about?
Man.
Oh, I just realized what's gonna happen if OKC keep winning. The Denver fans are gonna do what the OKC fans did when Jokic was out. Oh man, that's gonna if OKC go like 6-3. Yeah, if OKC go like 6-3, he's gonna be like, "Hey, 55 wins, told you." Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, the next.
And then if they don't, they're gonna say J-Dub was also out. So they go a win-win.
Yeah.
The next super chat is from Dub Ballout Highlights. Dub Ballout said, "Real talk. If the Cavs flame out again and Harden shits the bed yet again, are you gonna admit Chill was right?"
Right about what? To me, the Cavs are going to flame out because they made all these moves. But the two things they need to do is have open heart surgery for Jared Allen and Evan Mobley and insert a dog in there, right? Put a little physicality and a real dog in their heart. Maybe they can perform in a playoff setting and not get, manhandled by Miles Turner of all people. So if Cleveland doesn't do what they're supposed to do, probably won't be because of James Harden.
I don't think
or Donovan
Mitchell. I didn't have the Cavs winning the title before they traded for James Harden. So me not having them winning the title after James Harden doesn't make Chill right. Because Chill's assertion was he had them winning and then they got James Harden, now he doesn't. If they don't win now, that doesn't mean they were going to win if they had Darius Garland. Yeah. And we'll never know now. We'll never know if they were going to win then. So, and if James Harden plays badly in the playoffs,
yeah, well, trust me,
I'll criticize James Harden.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't play badly in the playoffs and they lose, they still gonna criticize James Harden. He's James Harden.
The Jonathan Frazier said, "After the way Mars just cooked, y'all better let that brother stay in his damn hotel room during All-Star break. Had them boys speechless. Carry on, Mars."
Okay, he didn't have us speechless. It's called etiquette. So when somebody is talking, that's the way a conversation works. You talk, I listen. I talk, you listen. That's the way that works. Until Ron goofball ass got involved in it. We were actually having a fight. We were having Mars and I were having a debate, and Ron had nothing to do with it. But you know what? I'm not going to get into that. Go ahead, Ron. Keep going.
Yeah, that's all right. Next time you're going to cook them, Chill. And I'm be right there with you, too. I don't know what topic it's going to be, but I'll be right there with you. We're going to cook them.
I would have just have, even if I didn't cook them, I would have liked to have continued to fight instead of just letting Mars just lump me up and then just stepping in the middle of the ring and throwing me out the ring. And then Mars is over there. He want to lump me up some more. All right, everybody outside. Y'all can't see this fight continue until y'all buy more tickets. What do you do?
Hey, one thing that we can no longer let
allows them to make Barlow a full contract instead of a two-way. That's nice.
One thing we cannot let Mars do no longer is act like he doesn't have pent-up negative energy towards Steph Curry. Okay, because that was sitting down. That's been lingering down in his spirit for years. He couldn't wait to get that Steph Curry shit off, just like he couldn't wait.
You know what it is? I like Steph. I like Steph, and I think what I don't like is the rewriting of Steph Curry's history by his fan base. I despise Steph Curry stans.
despise it. There's
Hate
some
them
fan
motherfuckers
bases
too,
that,
I
you
ain't
know
gonna
what,
lie.
like, you guys are tolerable. I don't like stands in general, but at least you guys are tolerable. Steph Curry stands will
awful.
rewrite what the history was and what
Mm-hmm.
the consensus opinion was in real time. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that's what I don't like. I think Steph is great. I think Steph's one of the 5 best offensive players ever. I think Steph is one of the 10 greatest players ever. Steph is amazing. His stands appall me. That's just ugh.
If you let them tell it, Steph is the best basketball player to ever step on the floor. He never had any playoff woes. He was always awesome. There was no problem with him ever in the playoffs. He is the greatest this, and he was the greatest that ever. So yeah, I'm good.
I mean, he's better than Magic Johnson. But
See, I'm
Yeah.
talking about this. This is one of them right here. This is one of the Steph stands right over here.
Facts,
Yes, sir.
facts.
This is one of them right here. Mhm.
I'm a Steph stand. Did y'all hear that? No. Clip that. Somebody clip it. I'm a Steph stand.
Real talk more
Clip it.
than I am.
Clip it.
Real talk be hating on Steph. I just be calling out the narratives, but I don't be hating on Steph. Steph is elite.
I love Steph.
All right, y'all. We got a few new members. The first of which being Dub Ball Out Highlights. Shout out Dub Ball Out Highlights. He became a member today, sent through a bunch of super chats, has been engaged in the show, and he's also sparked a couple good debates today. Salute to you, brother. Also, Kevin Schoaf, 6966. Shout out Kevin Schoaf, became a new YouTube member, and VX Zulu became a member too. Shout out to VX Zulu. And then we got another super chat from Bandit Huncho. The Bandit Huncho said 7-year pro Darius Garland still hasn't had a better season than 35-year-old all NBA third team Uno. So why should we believe in DG's upside at Chill and at Damian?
We've only seen him 3 times in the playoffs on the team that he got on in Cleveland that was rebuilding. That's not what was going on in other places. So anyway.
It's Zamzay said, sorry, Chill. Everybody can't have a second option backpack the team and win a conference MVP and finals MVP like Jason Tatum. Huh.
I don't know what that means.
He's talking about James Harden.
Interesting.
Basically saying everybody can't have a Jaylen Brown. DSG Piccolo said Shaden detonated on Mark Williams, so I left with something. And Scoop probably back Friday. We can't win without Denny Avdia. 2 months, no point guard, led to leading the NBA in turnovers.
Phoenix can win without Devin Booker, though.
Yeah, because Phoenix are good.
Yeah, they got a good team, yo. They got a damn good team.
Just wait till Jalen Green back. Be back on, hopefully not on Thursday, because Jalen Green against the Warriors is bad signs. But the game after that, we back.
Hoops never stops. Said Mars. You know a player can have good box score numbers and still be the reason the team loses, right?
Yes.
I like
Yes.
Harden. I like Harden too, but it was nasty, Mars. LOL.
Yes, and the only box score numbers from James Harden I went to was the 2019 series. And I'm going to just let you know, James Harden was not the reason the Rockets lost in 2019.
It was
You
because
can
of
watch the
Curry.
games, you can read, sure, I guess. See, that's the narrative stuff that I just don't like. Because of Steph, I guess, cool, whatever. They were up 2-1 with Steph playing trash, but it's because of Steph, cool.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
he was. That's
yeah,
correct.
see,
That's
but
correct.
can you imagine that? You get to play trash in half of your team's wins in the series, and they won the series because of you. Like, huh? But see, that's what I don't like. But Steph's great.
Yep.
But it's that stuff. See, that just annoyed me again. Like, what was that for? Because of Steph. What?
You like how that feels, don't you, Mars? You son of a you know what? When you get trolled, huh? You like it? Huh? You don't like it, do you, Mars? You don't like it, huh?
Brother. So yeah, I don't appreciate it. I've never trolled. So I don't know why you would just do that to me.
You do it all the time to me. Not sometimes.
Yeah.
Always
give me
do it.
one time I've trolled you. Give me one
You was
time.
doing it earlier today.
Okay.
I ain't never trolled you today. That's cap. Cap. I just say my true opinions.
Sale talks too much. Said I've been pushing the Cam Boozer agenda. He's built like Ox, thinks like Mars and Damian, shoots like Real Talk, and plays in the post like and plays in the post, which Chill likes. Elron.
I don't know how people just. I don't.
He looked like a Ron. When I watch him, Ox, he just looked like a bigger, faster, stronger version of his father. That's what he looked like.
Do we play UNC on the weekend?
If he played,
oh yeah,
26 basketball.
Yeah, so we had Darren versus AJ. We now have Cam versus Caleb on Saturday, I think it is. So that should be interesting.
And when my dog Caleb gets down, Monday, I want to see the change of tunes. I want to see a rearrangement of energies once my dog gets off.
Well, to be fair, my number one pick didn't change after Darren versus AJ. It's not going to change after Caleb versus Cam. But I expect Caleb to have a good game. I'm getting higher on Caleb as the more I pay attention. I like Caleb. Nice.
Yeah. All right. The next super chat is from IC Bubba. Is this Baba? IC Baba said, and Chill thought he should have won PC MVP, but he putting up this performance.
What performance? What performance is that? Well, first of all, there's no way that I can put up any performance for you. Like I could run a 100-yard dash in 9.4. I should have ran it in 9.3 if that was you.
You said that Harden wasn't complimentary to Embiid. He was still the guy.
I could. No matter what I do when it comes to him, it's just not enough. No matter what I do, I could get 350s in a dunk contest, and I could throw the ball off the backboard and windmill it twice, by the way, in the air, not once, twice with two hands, and get a 49. And that's not enough for him. Not once, Ox. I catch it, go around, then go around again. Boom. Nope. You suck.
Somebody got to do that. That you said it.
Now that I done brought it up, yeah.
Yeah. That's a new dunk. Somebody got to do.
Now that I done brought it up,
can
nobody pull that off? Throw the ball off the glass, catch it, boom, boom.
Yo,
that'd be disgusting.
That's not possible.
You don't think
Jared McCain's really in OKC? That's crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Is that crazy?
For no players either. No players.
That's not crazier than the AD.
Well, it's AD, obviously, but like the rich is getting richer. Like that's what it is. Just why?
Oh, you know what, Mars? I forgot about that because I was saying how this one is crazy. I forgot Jimmy got moved last year too. So last year had some heat. Yeah,
we knew that was coming though, right? We knew that.
Jimmy literally quit on the Heat. Like,
oh yeah, that is right. Yeah.
We say James Harden.
We didn't know he was going with Steph in him though. We didn't know that.
Jimmy disappointed me so bad last year. I could not. I was ashamed of Jimmy last year.
Yeah,
simply just ashamed of him.
The next super chat is from Arthur Vieira. Shout out my man Arthur. Hey, and Arthur, this is gonna be filled with tequila all weekend. I'm just taking my break right now, but
look at him.
Look at him. Yeah.
Look at him. Oh, look, Toronto. Yeah, okay, buddy. Toronto. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You know,
Arthur Vieira said earlier in the show, before the actual trade happened, he said just in AD biggest transaction if traded to Toronto. But nothing serious yet.
It said AD biggest traction if traded, Ron. Not biggest transaction. Traction, Ron.
Oh, man. Transaction too. Oh, man. Appreciate you, Arthur. The next super chat is from Toonie97. Toonie said, hey, real talk. Darren Sharp should have been on this team, especially with the Nets being one of the more willing Laker trade partners. Pack your bags, Pelinka.
Y'all been over Rob Pelinka for like 4 or 5 years now. Y'all been out on him.
I think Rob gets a little bit more hate than he should, in my opinion. Not saying that he's been some great.
Doncic, man.
Yeah, not to say that he's been some great GM by no stretch of the imagination, but like, my word, we do kind of harp on every little move that he does or doesn't make. I will say this though, I really wish we would have traded Dalton Connect for Mark Williams. That one hurt.
They tried.
That one hurts. Us being the ones turning down the better player because of a physical, and now he's over there.
And Dalton Connect was rookie of the year. I remember you saying it. I remember when he had that 39-point game against the Jazz. You guys were sipping the Dalton Connect Kool-Aid. I remember.
Well,
I remember legend of winning.
Yeah,
Dalton Connect was decent on defense.
Yeah.
That's how much of the Kool-Aid you guys are drinking.
Legend
decent
of
on defense. He ain't never been decent on defense.
Man, you guys are just saying anything when Dalton was making some threes.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
remember. Yeah, 3-game stretch.
He was
Hey,
hooping.
which one y'all calling
Shout out to
Pelican?
that
That's
little,
Damo?
what was it, 3 games? 3-4 games?
Three,
Shout
four,
out 3-4
five,
games,
5
Chris
games,
Dalton,
maybe?
man. Special player. Wonder
that's-
where you
that's-
been.
That's Damo that calls him Pelican.
Yeah.
Pelican, yeah.
Context Kid has a super chat directed towards one of us.
Guy. Oh my.
Context said,
God.
so much cope from Mars. You need context. It doesn't matter if Steph is not hitting shots. The threat of him opens the court for his team to thrive. When Steph does hit, you get 33 in the second half, destroying Harden's legacy forever.
That's what I mean about Steph stands, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
That's nasty.
All right.
That is nasty right there.
What, that
is
Clay
just
might be going to?
Oh my goodness, to the Wizards. That's so nasty.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Mhm.
The next super chat is from Brooklyn. Sent through another one. Brooklyn 94269 said, blaming Harden choke jobs over 12 years on 3-point variance is some very nasty work.
Oh my God, the lack of understanding of what I said. Whatever. Cool, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I know what you were saying. It did in the way you said it, in the sequence in which you were saying things, it did come across as if you were explaining away his bad performances on 3-point variance and just saying it was a bad time to have variance, which is true to some extent. But
all I'm saying is variance happens to everyone, and in smaller samples of series, they become harder to overcome, and that's a problem. And I've had issues with James Harden's play style, well documented. But the idea that I just don't like the minimization of everything that happens before the bad games. That's what, like, in order to be in a situation where you're in a game 7, you have to win the first 3 games first. So if you play well and you're winning the first 3 games, playing badly in the game 7, yeah, that's a problem. But that doesn't undermine everything that you did to get to that point.
No, it doesn't.
And with James Harden's career, it seems like everything that got to the point seems to be erased, because once he got to that point, it obviously went left. And even then, it didn't go left every time.
No, it didn't.
Especially from his individual performance standing. But apparently it did. Like, the fact that people even think to blame James Harden for what happened in those Warriors years in 18 and 19 is criminal to me. The fact that people think to blame James Harden for what happened in Brooklyn is criminal to me.
Yeah. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm with you on those.
Yes, and I know we got to move on, Ron, but I'm not absolving what he did earlier in the series. I'm not doing that. But Ron, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to act like we, as a group, been awesome, and now we get an opportunity to perform at the Grammys. We've performed everywhere else. Now we get an opportunity to perform at the Grammys. And then that one performance when we get up there in front of everybody, Ron dropping the microphone, he bumping into everybody while we trying to do our routine, which, by the way, we've practiced and we've been over this and we've been actually really good at it previous to this point. Now we get up there and we just completely lay an egg. And that's happened with James Harden, unfortunately.
More than once, more than twice.
That's the problem.
I'll never say James Harden is a playoff riser. He's a dropper in the playoff. He plays worse for sure. And in closeout games, I would probably say he's one of the worst, like, all-time greats, if I had to guess. I just don't think, once again, the context of the conversation was Darius Garland. That's just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, the next super chat is from Eddie Wynn Gaming. Eddie Wynn said, I'm an hour and a half behind, but seeing Mars and Real Talk defend Harden brought tears to my eyes. Hashtag top 4 shooting guard, low-key top 3.
And see, this is when you're going to have me start disrespecting James Harden.
See,
top 4, right?
Real talk.
He's not doing weight. I'm sorry.
We don't gotta do that.
Most people, when we did the rankings on my channel in the offseason, most people had James Harden at 3 or 4. Most people. Now, Chill had him at 6, but like most people had him at 3 or 4. I'm gonna ignore Ron and Ox. they don't count. But most people have them at 3 or 4.
There are real human beings roaming this earth that thinks James Harden is better at basketball than Dwayne Wade. God bless you. God bless you. That's all I
definitely
really
don't
have
think
to say.
it's crazy to say James Harden was better than Dwayne Wade.
Better? Yes, that is.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy to say that. I don't think it's crazy to say that. But we view things. I think a lot of these guys are closer than
greater because he's stacked together some more years. I'll give James.
I also don't think that's crazy either. I think,
but better.
You could argue James Harden peaked higher. You could argue James Harden's higher all time. I think you could argue
that he peaked higher.
Do the greater thing, man, because you had the pieces.
I think you could argue James Harden peaked higher by being.
Did that
you
too?
Could argue James Harden is one of the 10 best offensive players ever. That's how you could make the argument.
100%, you can have that argument. Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not. But if someone were to say James Harden, in their opinion, peaked higher than D Wade because he was a tier 1 offensive engine in NBA history, the best isolation scorer ever. Like, yeah, I think they have a coherent argument. The same way I think you could argue D Wade peaked higher than Kobe. Like the same way I think you could argue D Wade peaked higher than Shea or whoever. Like, I think these guys are close. I think they're all in a bubble together where you can make the arguments over it. That's why I said we just view it differently. You're more of a tier thing. You view D Wade's peak in a different tier. I put them all together and I'm like, yeah, I could understand the argument either way. I think Wade peaked higher for what it's worth. But I think you can make the argument quite clearly that James Harden peaked higher. I don't think it's a hard argument to make.
Yeah, I guess I'm just.
Yeah, it's just different.
The level of player that I think peak Dwayne Wade is, I just know for me.
You think D Wade peaked higher than Steph? I remember. Yeah.
Ron, just so you know,
Dwayne Wade would be a top 10 player for me if he'd sustained.
We've already established this, and we don't have to rehash this, but we've already established this.
Yeah. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've already established.
Yeah, you said
what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next super chat is from OG Team. OG said, "Hey Mars, ... I don't know if you know who he is, but I'm sure you do. Curious, what's your thoughts on Mohamed Diawara? He reminds me of Pascal, but still raw. But
that's the Knicks rookie, right? The one they got in the late second round. From what I've seen, he doesn't play a whole lot. He's been in the rotation more recently, so I've only seen him recently. He had a game against, was it Portland? He played. He looked good. From what I've seen, he's
all right, Jill.
All right, fellas, I'll see you tomorrow.
He's shown some capability. I've seen him throw some interesting passes. Physical tools look interesting. He shot the 3. Well, I can't tell you what he was doing before this, so I don't know if he's projected to be a shooter or whatever. But from what I've seen in the limited minutes he's played, I think he's done decent especially for a second round pick. But I don't know what his potential is or whatever the case may be.
All right, we got another members chat from Jacko VX. Jacko said, LA Clippers versus Denver, game 6. James Harden had a better game in the playoffs than any Darius Garland game.
I mean, that's a fact.
That was a game, that was a game James Harden and the Clippers won down 3-2. James Harden had 28. I want to say 28 and 10 assists maybe efficiently in a win. And he played the whole game. So, shout out to James Harden. But,
did y'all see Jokic struggle against yet another good defense last night?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of complaints about the whistle.
Every time he sucks, it's the whistle's fault, I guess.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I said this a while ago. If you're not watching a Denver game and you check the box score and Jokic is 4 for 12, 3 for 14, I promise you, Swiper will have a tweet about someone's being mauled, refs officiate bigs differently, Jokic's whistle. If Jokic is shooting sub 42%, there will be a tweet about Jokic's whistle on Swiper's account. Guaranteed.
Never fails.
Every single time. Yep.
Shout out Jokic, shout out Swiper, and shout out them good old Pistons for kicking that ass last night.
Facts.
Even though they tried to get back in the game, but too little, too late. I see Baba said, chill, get up, Bias Town.
I mean, I think it's a valid bias to have. I mean, James Harden's playoff stuff.
Chill, get up. The next super chat is from Malik Stevenson. Malik said, Ayo, Matas, and Giddey should all be untouchable. Y'all agree?
Yeah. I trade Matos for Giannis.
Yeah, I would trade Matos.
Yeah, so it's like untouchable
until
until you know a demon come along.
29-7 said, just for that, I'm gonna head to FanDuel tonight. L host.
Oh
don't
wow!
Take out on Splash, yeah. Don't take out on Splash. Run just sucks, but don't take out on Splash.
Nah, go over there. I hope you get cooked over there too. Shout out DNE MLV, a Hall of Famer, sent through $50 multiple times. We put him on the screen all throughout the show. Talked about him earlier, but I'm gonna mention him one more time. DNE MLV said, "Good old fashioned Mars Cook session." Is that what it was, Mars?
I mean, I spoke for a long time uninterrupted, so
okay.
People.
Shout out to the refs. Yeah, you got an OKC ref.
I spoke for like 15 minutes. It was.
Hey, Morris, you could foul and they don't call the fouls on you. And when you get fouled, or when you don't even get touched,
straight to the free throw line. Yeah, straight to the line.
Shout out to the refs. Planet Kai said Clips are giving that pick to OKC by trading Harden.
Oh.
Yeah, the potential of the Clippers sucking again.
Oh yeah, AD was traded by next week, right?
Yep, AD was traded by next week.
Yeah, he was traded by next week. Yeah, dude,
he was traded by next week.
He was traded by next week. Yeah, this fool get what he want.
Hey, Drench, we'll see you soon. Hey, you got something that you got to talk about. You got to address something, Drench. We got another members chat from Clippy0316. Clippy said, L. Ron King.
Rich Paul really just be walking around putting that shit on the table. Just like, yeah, hey, fuck it. You go listen to what the fuck I gotta say, nigga.
All right, we got a few members that joined up. Shout out to all of our members. If you're not a member, go ahead and do that. Getting your membership gives you different perks, like being able to type in the chat, being able to come on stage during Fridays, being able to get joined into select group chats and all of that good stuff. And once again, we have new perks that will be dropping this month. I can't wait to lay that out for you guys and let you guys know what you'll be able to get at every single membership tier. However, Russell Left Hook 4164 became a member today. Detroit Media 95 also became a member today. And last but not least, Legendary 904 became a member today. Shout out to Legendary and shout out to everybody else that became members. D&E MLV, a Hall of Famer, dropped through one more. He said, let me know something. Pack him up. Shout out D&E. And then last but not least, we got a $2 super chat. Luca for MVP. Baby, we'll just have to see.
Luca, bruh. Come on, man. The ways is clear now for you. We gotta get this MVP, man. We gotta get this MVP, bro. We should have got it in 24. They didn't give us to it then. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get it.
Caring about accolades, man. How cute.
I mean, because I know that the public does, unfortunately. And I'm so tired of the joke. There's this joke running on social media where it's like, oh man, Luka's just getting passed up left and right. No hardware, no trophy.
Oh yeah, they'll be like, they'll show Jason Tatum's conference finals MVP.
It's like, damn, can they get a trophy? Like,
EuroLeague MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm so sure that's gonna hold up.
Conference finals MVP. That means something. You got that?
Yeah, true.
That's what Jason.
There's something Jason Tatum struggles to win.
Yeah, that's what Jason Tatum's got. They got the same hardware. Some All NBA first team to the conference finals MVP.
Well,
Jason Tatum's got a little championship that he got. Yeah, carry touch it.
Yeah,
I guess. Whatever. Cool. It's the same shit.
Fellas, we got a few last minute super chats that just came in. The first one is from Nightmare Comics 1. Nightmare Comics said, I love you guys, even Ron bum ass. You guys are gonna say I love you back? It's rude of you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know you.
And we don't like Ron either, so we don't want to accord.
Nightmare Comics, we love you back. Okay, we love you too. Legendary 904 said, been following the channel for a while now. Love the vibes, fellows. and y'all know ball. Appreciate you guys. Did you guys know you knew ball?
A lot of love today in the chat, man. A lot of love.
Yeah. Salute to the chat. Even the haters. Salute to y'all too.
Yeah, man.
We got one more that just came in. It is from a guy named Almighty Scambo. Almighty Scambo. Scambagini said Cavs info, Dubron, but also Elron and El Ox. Hey, Scambo, my dog. Dub Scambo. Still Scambo, but Dub Scambo. We got another members chat from 11DLC2K. 11DLC has been a member for 26 months. 11 said, which team shakes the league the most if they get Giannis? OKC, Spurs, Minnesota, or New York?
OKC run the table till I die. What you mean?
I don't know. I might have the Spurs.
Giannis on any of these teams, especially the first three. I get a Giannis Ant parent. I get a Giannis Wemby parent. I get a
Minnesota
Giannis
is a different tier below the other two though, because like legitimately,
OKC turned into the greatest team ever potentially. San Antonio turned into like the best present and future in the league. Minnesota elevate into like the championship favorites. That's what I mean by like kind of different tiers. Like OKC would not only just be championship favorites, they would be in 2017 Warriors.
Yeah,
talks.
That's true.
The Spurs would be in not 2017 Warriors talks, but like, come on. And then the Wolves would be. The Wolves with Wemby, I might favor them over the Spurs with Wemby, if I'm honest.
Especially if one
of they keep Jaden and Rudy, they keep Jaden and Rudy.
That's a nasty
they keep Jaden and Rudy. I got those Wolves with Wemby over the Spurs with Wemby. If they keep Jaden and Rudy.
No, it was with Giannis, not Wemby.
That's what I meant. The Spurs with Giannis, I prefer over the Wolves with Giannis. The Wolves with Giannis, I prefer over the Spurs with Giannis if they keep Jaden and Rudy. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I lose it over Giannis with Wemby. Like lose it off.
That's scary.
And then in De'Aaron too, and then like obviously they're gonna lose some pieces, but if they manage to keep Stephon Castle, it's like that's ugly.
Yeah, it is ugly.
We got Ant and Giannis, man. Come on, man.
I got modern day Shaq and Kobe.
And Giannis with shooting and defense around us. Come on, man.
Come on now.
Stop
playing. When the last time Giannis had a
I don't know who the best player on that team is. I don't even know who the best player on that team is.
I know it's Giannis. Let's not.
It's Rudy Gobert.
Who's going to be closing them games?
Oh, Ant's going to be closing for sure.
Cool.
And then I'll let you know right now. It's going to get to a time I'm going to be like, Ant's the best player. But I'm just going to be hyped. I'm just going to be hyped. I'm just going to be hyped. It's going to be.
When Ant gets to closing them games, and it's going to be like Giannis averaging 29.7 and averaging 28.6, but Ant's closing the games. Yeah, it's going to be 0-1 Kobe Shaq. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, Context Kid said, the fact that Mars is the biggest Steph glazer proves PC is a Bron-filled cesspool. Steph is one of two players to win multiple chips without a top 75. I agree with Context, by the way.
I do think I think I'm fair when it comes to Steph, to be honest. I do think I'm outside of like, the obvious, but I do think I'm fair for the most part. But the top 75 stuff, I think that stuff is nonsense.
I think I'm fair, but everybody thinks they're fair. I think that's kind of the
thing. No, I know when I'm unfair to players. I know when I'm unfair.
Okay. Yeah. What does Czar translate to, by the way? He's been sending a lot of
it's South African. It's South African currency.
Okay.
I don't know how much
Salute to South Africa.
He's I've got him, and there's another Steph stan who's always in my replies on Twitter. It's him and another guy. They've given Steph stans a bad rap. Like it's tiring. Oh damn.
That's how I feel about LeBron fans. They're just sickening.
Oh my God, LeBron.
But I'm not going to let that stop me from acknowledging how good LeBron is. I used to not like LeBron because of his fans, but I acknowledge how good Steph is. But the problem is, however good you acknowledge Steph is, it's not good enough. Yeah, it's not good enough. Yeah, it's never good enough.
It's not good enough. If you say, hey, Steph a top 5 offensive player ever, He not top one. He not top three. I guess. Cool.
That's how I feel about Harden and KD stands. But hey, we don't got enough time today, y'all. We got things that we got to do. And I know some people have to go to their job. Some people have to go take naps. Some people have to go change diapers. Some people got to go do what they got to do. However, y'all have a good day. Make sure you turn on your notification bells because once again, we will go live with a breaking news if another trade happens. That's a big trade. And also, damn, Mo, what did I do? And then also, too, you just never know what's going to happen. But we will be back tomorrow morning, same time. Y'all be sure to pull up and be ready to talk about the trade deadline.
Christmas.
Peace.